behind the moon today during the total solar eclipse that moves across Mexico and 15 U.S. states. U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland has just a few hours left to hand over materials related to the president's classified document drama or face a possible contempt of vote in the House. President Biden will land in Madison, Wisconsin today to pitch yet another attempt to wipe out billions of dollars in student loan debt. And House Republicans will deliver articles of impeachment against Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas to the Senate on Wednesday.
This is an executive branch agency head who is really defying the law, defying the two other branches of government.
Florida Republican Congresswoman Laurel Lee speaking to Fox News. America's listening to Fox News.
Good morning, this is Smiley Wooten at the Roswell Livestock Auction. A good April run this week with a nice selection of all classes of cattle, especially high-quality native calves, yearlings, pairs, bred cows. We expect to sell 1,050 head, breaking down like this: 150, 175 weighing cows and bulls, 100, 125 pairs, bred cows, 750, 800 calves and yearlings. Today's sale will include 23 cow-calf pairs, Three Rivers Cattle Company here at Three Rivers, New Mexico. Excellent quality black Angus cows with Angus calves at the side. 10 of these pairs, 4 to 6 years old. 13 pairs, 9 to 10 years old. 10 Angus cows, La Junta Cattle Company down in Lincoln County. Excellent quality black Angus cows, second, third trimester bred to high quality Angus bulls. These cows 7 to 10 years old. 20 bred cows, Scarborough Cattle Company, Del City, Texas. Good quality black white face Angus crossbred cows, mostly heavy bred to Charolais bulls, thin condition, 9 to 11 years old. 32 heifer yearlings, Mr. Nathaniel Inge, Balmoral, Texas. Excellent quality black white face Angus cross heifers, good flesh, right off field, 650, 800 pounds. 50 heifer yearlings, the Lazy Rafter B right here at Roswell. Excellent quality black white face Angus crossbred heifers, cattle weaned in September, good flesh, bunk broke, 750, 900 pounds. 41 calves, Cross L Ranch, Van Horn, Texas. Excellent quality black white face Angus cross calves, cattle weaned 90 days, 2 rounds of shots, 375, 500 pounds. And 72 calves of Scarborough Cattle Company down at Del City, Texas. Excellent quality, mostly Charolais crossbred calves, thin condition, 300, 500 pounds. Sale time this morning, 9 o'clock. Sell pairs of bred cows, 10. Be selling calves and yearlings around 10:30. We expect to sell 1,050 head here today. This is Smiley Wooten, Roswell Livestock Auction.
At Coffee Drilling LLC, they offer a wide range of drilling services from small domestic water to agricultural and monitor wells. In addition to mud and rotary drilling, Coffee Drilling offers services to pre-existing wells as well as troubleshooting of pumps and all control systems. Call Coffee Drilling today to schedule your routine maintenance or see about an upgrade to your water system. Call 505-270-1767. That's 505-270-1767. Coffee Drilling LLC, over 20 years experience and serving all of Hobbs, Lovington, and Eunice.
For the issues that matter to voters, Larry Scott is fighting for us. That's why we need him in the state senate. Larry Scott supports border security and stopping the flow of illegal drugs over the border. Larry Scott has a proven record of strengthening local law enforcement. Because we must secure the border and support our law enforcement, we need Larry Scott in the state senate. Paid for by the committee to elect Larry R. Scott.
Here's your chance to rip off the tax man. Now through April 15th, everything at the Working Guys store is tax-free. That's right, zip, zero, no tax on work boots, FR jeans and shirts, coolers and accessories, caps, western wear, scrubs, work gloves. The price you see is all you pay. We'll pay the tax. But hurry, tax-free ends April 15th at the Working Guys store. Open 7 days a week at 109 East Broadway.
MTD Radio presents its Spring Job Fair, Saturday, April 27th at the Lee County Event Center in Hobbs. Whether your business needs seasonal employees for the summer or permanent employees, whether you're looking for part-time staff or full-time staff, this is an opportunity to get face-to-face with potential employees. If your business would like a booth at this event, call or text Gloria Estrada at 575-390-3569. Again, that's 575-390-3569.
The Hobbs Downtown Slam and Jam Tournament is back. This 3-on-3 tournament at 200 East Broadway in downtown Hobbs takes place April 20th and 21st. Enjoy mouthwatering treats from food trucks, check out vendor booths, and jump into a variety of family-friendly activities throughout the day. Ready to hit the courts? Register now at Macker.com and secure your spot in the Ultimate Basketball Showdown. Be sure to check out our social media channels for the latest news and updates as we advance to the tournament. Register now at Macker.com and don't miss out on the excitement of the Hobbs Downtown Slam and Jam Tournament, April 20th and 21st.
Southeast New Mexico weather.
Hi, good morning. The forecast over southeast New Mexico is temperatures on this Monday reaching a high of 78 degrees in Roswell with a 10% chance for a thunder shower late this afternoon and tonight. Temperature readings of 81 degrees in Carlsbad, Artesia. The wind will be gusty under a partly cloudy sky. And in Hobbs and Lumberton at our radio studios, temperatures at 78 degrees today. Tomorrow, a high of 56 at our studios with a chance for rain. For W105 FM, I'm meteorologist Ron Armitz.
Your country plays on W105.
You guys ready?
Be in the Breakfast Club, broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain Gods studio. Text line at 877-396-W105. Powered by Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer. Question of the day brought to you by Lovington Auto Supply, your Napa dealer.
And I want to make sure I get the quote exactly right.
You seem particularly triggered right now.
Welcome to the show.
Now, because it is Monday.
Happy Monday.
What? It's Monday already?
How are you so awake?
How are you awake?
Well, I volunteered
to entertain folks.
Entertainment is just a tool that pacifies the masses.
That doesn't matter to me. That doesn't matter to me.
Do it every day.
Well, that's mighty nice.
Mighty nice of you.
How do I know I'm getting quality? You hear the radio?
Turn it up. It's showtime.
And good morning to you. It is another day in paradise. Tom A. made it to the studio without hitting anything. Blake is in the studio, so that we know of.
I'm here.
And I am Tom. Please do not trigger me this morning.
What happened?
My blood pressure is up again today. I haven't done anything different. It's not like I went out for a wild weekend, but I just checked it as like 150 over 101. Dang. So please do not trigger me.
You got to get that in check, buddy.
Yeah, I forgot to take my blood pressure medicine Saturday, so I'm thinking maybe that was it. I don't know. I don't know. I'm tired of guessing. All right, 7 minutes after the hour 6. Today is Dog Fart Awareness Day. Draw a picture of a bird. What, you didn't like that one?
Oh, I've had dogs that you are definitely aware.
Try owning Frenchies.
Bull terriers.
Anybody that owns Frenchies understands the Frenchie farts. They're bad.
Bull terriers, same way.
Yeah, same thing.
Cats too.
National cats too.
What? Monahan's is nasty. Boy, he can be nasty sometimes. Huh.
Well, they are your cats.
Yeah.
All is Ours Day, Dogfighting Awareness Day, Empanada Day going on. Tom would say empanada.
It's a Mexican pastry. It's usually got some type of pumpkin in it or pineapple or something in it.
Now, they make those here in the Philippines, but they also make them with pork and banana mixed inside. Yeah, empanada. Step into the Light Day, Trading Cards for Grown-Ups Day, and Zoo Lovers Day going on all day today. Later on today, Tom, you're going to check out the total eclipse of your heart.
Ain't going to be none out here. You know, I had a lot of friends call me. Yes, it's going to be. You're going to have 80% coverage here. Yeah.
Fake news. What are you talking about? It's not going to be here.
Well, it's going to be here, but, you know, like everybody thought it was going to be. Like in Texas, there's a lot of places there that's going to get cloudy, and hundreds of people came out to those locations to see if they could see the eclipse. And guess what? They may be disappointed.
What are you talking about?
Is that what you're talking about?
What the hell are you talking about? Are you giving fake news this early in the show?
Yes. He wants to talk about else. Well, why not talk about New York, Tom? I mean, we were talking about here.
We're going to see it in New Mexico and in Texas. Some parts of Texas will be 100%.
Mm-hmm. And we'll be 80%.
New Mexico. 80%. That's 80%. So I don't know what you're talking about.
It's going to get dark.
It'll be dark.
Yes.
It'll be darker than the last the little partial that we had.
Yeah.
It'll be darker than that.
It's going to be cloudy already.
But so,
out here.
what do the clouds have to do with it being dark? Have you ever been outside when it's cloudy at night?
Yep.
Oh, dear sweet baby Jesus. I just tell you that my blood pressure is
Don't
up.
give him-
No, I'm not laughing. And
Going to kill him
so
today, man.
it is going to leave part of North America in complete, utter darkness.
Right.
Of course, Joe Biden's been in darkness and, for a long, long time. Watching the eclipse with a naked eye could cause permanent damage to
Right,
your
don't do
vision.
that.
So,
Don't do that.
in other words, it's not that different than watching the new Ghostbuster movie, okay? Exclusive fundraiser went on Saturday, and President Trump raked in $50.5 million, and the Democrats are hating on him. By the way, Trump calls that walking around money. Yeah. Yeah. And the Democrats are hating on him. Look, you guys raised how much money? $25.5 million. That was a ton of money back a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And you still have more money than Donald Trump.
Yep.
And I'll play the sound cut. Joe Biden is acting like, yes, but my money came from small donors.
No,
you
his
mean
money came
that
from rich people.
Yeah, you mean that that fundraiser where it cost, how much was it? $750,000 to get in?
Yeah, a plate.
I think the lowest price ticket for that was like $25,000.
Wow.
And it went on up. I think that $250,000 that was to get your
that
photo
was the upper?
taken. Yeah, that was to get your photo taken with Annie
But
Leibovitz.
Joe Biden is acting like his campaign is a grassroots campaign where there's no money, it's all grassroots. I mean, please. Magnitude 4.8 magnitude shook the East Coast Friday morning, officials said. And the earthquake centered in Lebanon, New Jersey. 4.8. Don't we get 4.8 earthquakes right here in New Mexico?
We do. Not that long ago, actually.
Yeah. Michael Ward, former guitarist for the Wallflowers, passed away. He was only 57. And I'll talk about Don Lemon and what he did this past weekend. I'll get to that. Oh, and Bidenomics is so good. Apple is laying off 600 employees in Santa Clara County, California. That's how good Bidenomics is having. I mean, it's really good. Business is awesome. Just great. All right, question of the day. How many TVs do you have in your home? How many TVs do you have in your home? Tom, TVs, how many?
Well, I used to have 5 in my bus.
I'm not asking about used to. I'm asking the simple question, follow directions. How many TVs do you have in your house?
0.
What are you talking about? Your brother just gave you a TV.
Oh, that's right, 1. Just 1 then. Forgot about that TV. I'm used to not watching one.
Because he comes up here to watch it.
Right.
You were saying that you watched the brand new Roadhouse last week. Where are you watching that?
On my TV.
Okay.
It's the one that
Blake,
my brother gave me.
I know you're moving TVs, so how many TVs in the house?
We have 2, and I moved them both over the weekend.
I have 3, 1 in the bedroom, 1 in the living room, and 1 in the office. So 3 in the house. I'm actually thinking about putting 1 in the bathroom. That way I never miss anything.
They make a waterproof one.
Yeah. I watch TV. Maybe nowadays I watch a total, with the exception of Fox News in the morning when I come in here to do my stuff, maybe 3 hours a week of TV. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. I don't watch a whole bunch of TV. We're going to check oil prices coming up, but supposedly prices starting to tumble. nearly 2% down as Middle East tensions ease. But have they? Have Israel and Gaza? There's no peace agreement.
Nope.
No, there ain't.
I know the Republicans the Democrats are pushing, and Biden is pushing this, but no peace agreement yet.
Nope.
And Netanyahu might just say, the heck with you. I know they're moving some folks out of Gaza.
Right.
I don't know if that's a sign of what's going to happen. I don't know. All right, thought for the day coming up. Also, we'll take out the trash coming up in just a second. Checking the weather being brought to you by Seminole Siding and Construction. Trusted name across southeast New Mexico. Get in touch with them, 575-391-1430. Got some wind damage, got some hail damage. They can repair that. Maybe you need a brand new roof. They offer metal roof and shingle roof. They also could take care of all your siding, metal buildings, windows, doors, you name it, they do it. Get in touch with them today, 575-391-1430, Seminole Siding and Construction.com for more information. Sunny today, high temperature getting up to about 79. Wind's going to be less than 15 miles an hour today. Chance of rain tonight, 40% chance of rain tonight, 48 the overnight low, and an 80% chance of rain, possibly close to an inch of rain tomorrow. Thunderstorms after 9 a.m. tomorrow is what they're saying, 80% chance of rain, high temperature 59, and that rain is actually going to stick around through tomorrow night. And then the wind kicks up on Wednesday with a slight chance of the wet stuff. Want to keep up with the weather? That's easy. All you got to do is go to W105radio.com. Check of the weather this morning being brought to you by our buddies at the Hobbs Airfield Speedway. Jamal, I got it right, I promise. I got it right. Friday and Saturday we got racing, and if you need more information, you could simply call our buddy Jamal at 575-631-5099. Get in touch with Jamal today. Hobbs Airfield Speedway. Follow them Facebook, Instagram, and you can follow them on TikTok for more information. But they've got a lot of stuff coming up this weekend. In fact, they've got the bracket racing on Friday, TNT Prep Track. Gates open at 6, races start at 7, and then Saturday, they've got the big races. They've got the really street. They've got bike, box, no box, junior dragsters, and more. And races, gates open at 11, drivers meeting at 1. And don't forget, the Superchargers are going to be out and about at Tate Branch and Hobbs from 8 until 10. Need more information, call Jamal, 575-631-5099. Looks like a man died in Carlsbad. Police in Carlsbad looking for more information after a person was shot and died, according to Carlsbad police. Unresponsive man was reported after 10 p.m. on April 1st. Officials determined the man had died due to gunshot wounds. That's pretty much all we know. And this story just coming out over the weekend. Country star Morgan Wallen is arrested on felony charges in downtown Nashville. The bad boy image is there. Actually threw a chair off the 6th story at the Big Chief bar, of course, owned by Eric Church. And it almost hit the Nashville police officers that were standing at the bottom. He was arrested, and his bond set for $15,000. Not a good look.
No.
But at least he didn't call anybody the N-word, right, Tom?
Right.
Yeah. Texas Governor Greg Abbott blasted New York City's Mayor Adams, aiding and abetting the Biden border crisis. He was in New York City and slammed Adams. Adams, by the way, wanted him to go sleep with the immigrants at a shelter. Greg Abbott said, no, I'm staying at the Trump Towers. I'm good. Why would I go share a cot with somebody when I don't have to?
Yeah, that's what Eric Adams should do.
Yeah, Eric Adams should do that. See where his money is going. Outstanding. Should. All right, we got tweet of the day, thought for the day coming up. Chaves County Sheriff's another busy weekend. They got an anonymous tip that Jason Torres, who had a felony warrant, was traveling at Allsups on Main in a black Jeep. Mr. Torres was observed as the driver of the Jeep. Deputies initiated a traffic stop, at which time he fled west on the at the truck stop through the fields, later crashed. He fled on foot. Deputies utilized their thermal imaging drone, broke out the thermal imaging drone. He was located hiding in the field. Mr. Torres was taken to the custody. Well, any further incident was taken to the hospital with minor injuries, and he was arrested on a active warrant for trafficking a controlled substance and faces additional charges because the Jeep was stolen.
Right.
Crazy. But that's a pretty cool toy.
Right?
The thermal image drone.
I'd love to fly that thing.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. All right, 621, Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House, marks 6 months since the Hamas attack, and get this, says time to stop lecturing Israel. So, he pointed out that the deadly Hamas attack on the Israel Soul called for an end to lecturing Israel as it fights the terrorist group. In a statement released Sunday, it comes as a growing number of Democrats in Congress and the Biden administration have been criticizing Israel for conducting a campaign, and they want the Israelis to stop because it's not good for politics. Blake, would you agree with that? That's the reason.
You could twist it that way.
I do believe it's because he's got all these protesters showing up at his campaign events.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, you could twist it that it's not good for politics, but the reality is he doesn't know where he stands.
Yeah. Well, maybe he should wake up because Ukraine's going on 3 years, and nobody has said boo about maybe a ceasefire there. In fact, there was a ceasefire that was set up, and they put the kibosh to it.
Well,
Why?
If the Russians were terrorist Muslim groups, they wouldn't be backing the Ukraine. They would be backing the Russians.
No doubt. Godzilla versus Kong. New Empire took in $31.7 million over the weekend. Monkey Man, 10.7, and Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, 9.
Wow.
So a pretty good weekend for Godzilla and Kong. Tom, did you go watch that?
No, I went to watch a nice little movie, probably one of the most well-produced, most directed, acted movie I've seen in years. It's called Someone Like You. The author of that,
went to the movie theater to see it?
Yeah, the author of that movie was
the Arthur
Blakely Bradbury. Her name is Barbara Brad. I think Bradbury. Anyway, it was a good movie. It really was.
It started out as Raspberry.
Yeah.
Now it's Bradbury.
Anyway, she turned that novel into a movie.
Someone Like You.
It was a good family movie, you know, about a daughter who dies, and then
I don't even see. Okay. Oh, I should have known.
It wasn't a chick flick.
love story.
It wasn't a chick flick.
A love story. Oh, the hell it ain't. It falls under the category of romance.
Well, it was a family
based
movie.
on a novel by the New York Times best-selling author Karen Kingsbury. One Like You.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful
Good movie.
love story.
Good movie. Oh, man.
After a tragic loss of her best friend, the grieving architect.
Right.
Coming soon.
Shacks up with the gardener. And together, they have a bunch of kids.
Hey, wow, I just realized that there's a Godzilla and Kong in 3D.
Is it really?
Yeah. I'm starting to worry about you, bro. That's 2 weekends in a row you go watch a chick flick.
But it was a good movie. I mean, the reviews are great on it.
Tom, it didn't even come in at the top 10. I mean, it didn't even come in at the top 10. Are you getting one with your feminine
Well, it's
side?
a family movie. That's why it didn't come in.
It's not a family movie.
It
It's a
is.
chick flick.
You guys need to go watch
It's a chick
it.
flick. Did you wear a pair of thongs to go watch this?
I'm just saying, it was a good movie.
Oh, my God.
And the theater was packed.
Can
for that
somebody
movie.
take his man
The
card
theater
away?
was not packed unless it was like a 5-person theater.
Dude,
And you
it
had
didn't
3
even.
seats.
Good movie.
It didn't even come in at the top 10. That means it made no money.
I don't think it was supposed to make any
It was
money.
it was you and like
Yes.
two. It was like you and two. Well, I'm not going to say it.
So
Jason
wait,
Kelsey.
I'm not going to let this go. He said it wasn't supposed to make money.
Yeah.
They only make movies to make money.
To make money.
It's supposed to make money.
Well, it made a few bucks, I guess, but
It didn't.
it was a
Did
good.
you not hear any what Kevin just said?
He's
It
always
wasn't
gonna-
even top 10.
He's always going to say that anyway. He don't like those type of movies.
He doesn't have control
I
over
don't know.
the
Maybe because I
top
got
10.
some testosterone. I don't know.
I'm
You're
sure it
killing me,
was
bro.
a nice chick flick movie.
Wasn't a chick flick movie though, guys.
Tom, it says the title, right? It says romance.
That means chick flick.
Well, it was about a movie about a guy, not a guy, but a family who lost a daughter to an accident, and she had a twin that nobody knew about, and he began to
Romance.
He began to look for this
Romance.
twin,
Romance.
embryo twin.
Romance. Romance.
That's where it started, and the mother was dying of a kidney transplant or needed one,
Romance.
and her daughter was going to give her one, but then
And by
she
the
died.
way, Rotten Tomatoes gives it a 2-star.
So I'm going to go with the top flick from this weekend, Godzilla Kong. It's like a buddy cop movie with King Kong and Godzilla. You know, two guys that don't really like each other, but they like to work together.
Let me read some of the critic reviews. Someone Like You is cloning and boring drama with creepy action, lovelorn suitors, and so I'm looking for. So is it a faith-based movie?
Yeah, it's a faith-based movie. It sure is.
Well, that's what you had to say, Tom.
Oh, okay.
So King Kong and Godzilla team up. This like buddy cops.
Buddy
I'm
cop.
telling you, if you like buddy cop movies, if you like action movies or movies that, you know, should belong like the toy company type movies that they put out, right? So you want to go
Right.
buy King Kong and
Oh, yeah.
Godzilla action figures.
Now, did you guys see
Yeah.
WrestleMania? That was the other
That
big
wasn't
event.
at the
No,
movie
but
theater.
Jason Kelsey made an appearance.
Yeah, he did. He's one of the lucha libros in that
Oh, what?
WrestleMania. Well, he had a
Go
mask
ahead.
on.
Let me go to the.
Say this
Wait
again.
a second. Let me go to the Mexican descendant in the room. Here we go. Go ahead. What was it, Tom?
He was a lucha libero. Liberto. Oh. He had a mask, is what he did. Him and
He
Lance,
was Jack Black.
him and Lance Jansen had a mask, and they entertained for the Philadelphia crowd. So, because the WrestleMania was in Philadelphia. I mean, a
Say
lot.
it one more time, so your brethren, the Hispanic listeners, will understand what you're trying to say.
Lucha
at first.
Libero.
Go ahead one more time.
Lucha Libero. That's what they call them. Hello,
Yes.
everybody home.
No one calls
That's
them
what it
lucha
is.
liberals.
All right, we're going to get to the tweet of the day. Price All this morning being brought to you by our buddies at Spinnaker, All-Field Cementers, and Cud Energy Services. Together, they are hiring. They are hiring service supervisor and training. The CDO is required to apply for that job. Diesel mechanics, electric technicians, equipment operator must have a CDL. Also, experienced pressure pump hands. Apply today at greatoilfieldjobs.com. Text Oilfield to 63566. And don't forget they are an equal opportunity employer, drug-free employer.
West Texas Intermediate,
Employer.
$86.28, $90.45 for Brent crude, and the price of natural gas, $1.79.
All right, 6:30, morning show this morning being brought to you by Camp Tall Pines. Camp Tall Pines, you can find them in beautiful Mayhill. Haven't checked the weather up there. Go to that Facebook, their Facebook page, and look at the webcam. And you want a surprise, or maybe it's not going to be a surprise to you. Go check out the weather up there and book your weekend getaway, or maybe you want to stay up there for a week. Hey, if you're retired like Tom is, want to drive the bus up there, they've got RV hookups and all the amenities you need. Thinking about maybe putting together a office managers gathering. That's a perfect place. Family reunion, weddings, great place. Lots of activities. When you're up there, they've got the disc golf and of course the stock pond and more. Check them out, camptallpines.com, or call them 575-687-4101. We're going to get to the tweet of the day. I got to get to the thought of the day first. Then we're coming back, talk about Biden. You want to give amnesty for what? I'll talk about that. And House Republicans, they elect a new whip. So we'll get to that. Thought for the day this morning being brought to you by our buddies at Wakefield Oil, close to 40 years in southeast New Mexico. Quality products, excellent service, dependable, boom or bust. They are there for you. Gas, diesel, DEF value, on-road, off-road, they will deliver to you. And thought for the day in memory of Mr. Wendell Wakefield. Thought for the day is people, relax. It's an eclipse. It's not the apocalypse. Right. Just relax. Just relax. Joe Biden balloons a temporary amnesty to include 1.2 million foreign nationals.
Where could this go wrong?
So we already have an amnesty program.
Mm-hmm.
We already have, by the way, a program that gives permanent and temporary residency. We have that already.
Mm-hmm.
And then you wonder, where are these migrants coming from that are going to get this temporary protection status? Did you look over that list, Blake?
I did. And it is upsetting.
So Afghanistan, Burma,
how about
Cameroon.
How about number one? Venezuela.
Oh, wait, Venezuela. Yeah, we haven't had any problems with anybody from Venezuela.
Haiti and El Salvador in the top three there.
Yeah.
No problems from any of those countries, right? Nothing violent going on.
So as I look at Afghanistan, Muslim country, Burma, actually a Muslim country, Cameroon, definitely a Muslim country.
Right.
Ethiopia, I think, is pretty much dominated nowadays. Muslim country. Ukraine.
They have a big Muslim
Venezuela.
population in Ukraine, actually.
Do they?
Yeah.
So, look.
Because it borders on a couple of those other countries.
Yeah,
that
right.
that are fairly
Georgia.
Muslim. Yeah.
Georgia's right there, if I'm not mistaken.
Bosnia. Croatia,
yeah. There you go. I'm just going to say it, and sometimes I have no filter, so hopefully that's okay. These people will not be happy until our country is watered down to a point where it's just watered down. Our way of life is watered down, because sooner or later we're going to have more of people from those countries coming into our country, and our way of life is going to be done.
Well, did you see down in that story that one of the researchers said that since President Biden took office in January of 21, the foreign-born population has grown by 6.4 million people, which is more than the populations of 33 states.
Well, not only that, it also, the foreign-born population is outpacing the citizen population. And, I would like there to be a study to see who's paying for all these births. Are they paying for them? Or is it
No.
the government paying for them?
We are paying for it. You know, when you say government, that's us. We're the taxpayers.
Well, no doubt. No doubt. But they're not paying for them. I guess that's a bigger point.
Yeah.
They're not paying for them. Yep.
So if you
we're going to
don't
wake up one
Yeah.
day and this country is going to be a total different country.
Well, it is an invasion. You know,
No.
it's up 40% just since the year 2000.
Yep, no doubt. All right, I got to get to the tweet of the day. Let me do this story. Republicans in New Mexico, House of Representatives, undergone another leadership shakeup. And press release on Friday said 24 Republicans in New Mexico House elected Rod Montoya of Farmington to be the new minority leader.
Right.
And the first term State Representative Alan Martinez of Bernalillo to be the House Minority Whip.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, it's amazing you get somebody with a first term to get that leadership position. Wow.
Well, but you got to remember, Jim Townsend stepped down.
Yeah.
He did.
So that
He
they
did.
could do that.
And then you had Baca retire. So we've had a lot of shakeups in the Republican Party.
Well, Nyberg stepped down, too.
Yes, they flip. When we come back, we're going to talk about 2 Texas principals charged with violating state election laws. 2 principals. We'll get to that. Also, judge grants a motion to hold a suspect in the shooting that happened in Roswell last week. I will get to that in just a second. Morning show being brought to you by Main Trailer Sales. Don't go camping without Main Trailer Sales. Fifth wheels, toy haulers, ultralights, they've got them all. 70-plus years in the business. And how do you stay in business that long? You give great customer service, and you give an awesome deal. Find out what's going on. They have 2 lots in Roswell. MainTrailerSalesInc.com, 575-622-1751. Give them a call today or just go to the website and take the virtual tour. MainTrailerSalesInc.com. Don't go camping without Main Trailer Sales. Tom, text coming up next. First, get to the text line. Tweet of the day coming up next. Go.
Oh, it's already a different country when it was just 40 years ago, says this text. An advice to America, deport, 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 says another texter. And this original Tom A. hater says, I bet Tom A. didn't even pay to go into the movie. I did, and it was well worth it, believe me. Another texter says...
It was well worth it.
It was well worth the movie. Well worth it. And when's the last time Tom checked his testosterone levels? I did on Friday.
No, you didn't.
I did, too. I went to the doctor Friday.
So what were your testosterone levels?
I don't know, to tell you the truth.
Sure, buddy. So let me ask you this much.
They just give me testosterone shots.
What kind of blood work did they do?
I haven't had one in a month.
Well, you said you went to the doctor
Friday.
And that you knew what the levels were.
Yeah, the levels were low.
Well, how do they know without getting the blood work done?
Because they asked me how I felt. I said I didn't feel. I told them I didn't.
What kind of quack did you go to?
Oh, my God.
But I get testosterone every 2 weeks.
Without blood work?
Yep.
God bless you. All right, 639. Get to the text so I can get to the tweet of the day.
On the question of the day, how many TVs do you have? This text says, I have 5. They're all over 60 inches, so says this texter. And we have 2 now, 1 in the living room and 1 in the master bedroom, says this text. And another text, I said, I don't really care about the stupid eclipse, says another texter. I don't either. And Tom just blames his cats. We all know it's him, though. We're talking about, earlier Pete was talking about dog gas, and my Monahans does that all the time. So, but yeah, it's Tom, really, not his cats, says the text. Pete?
By the way, the cats aren't in the studio. Let me just put that out there. All right, let's get to the tweet of the day being brought to you by King Driving Academy. You can find them 1430 West Bender in Hobbs. 4-week CDL training school. It is taught by a state-certified CDL instructor, that should be. They do 2 weeks of theory training and then 2 weeks on the road to get you ready to take that test. And right now, when you mention being on the Breakfast Club or W105, it is going to save you $500 off your enrollment fee. 575-441-7835. 441-7835. Tweet of the day. Congress can't even describe what a woman is. Black pastor talks about Joe Biden. Couldn't even describe what a woman is. Here's what he had to say. And I love black pastors. Here's what he said.
In Congress trying to define what a woman is.
That's right.
What is a woman? It's your mama. It sure ain't your daddy. What's a woman? Your mama. President Biden joining in on the conversation. We didn't know what a woman is. We didn't know what a woman is. A woman is your mama. Man, it's past 80, isn't it? You mean to tell me you past 80 and you don't know your mama and your wife is a woman?
I love...
That was awesome.
Oh, I follow that preacher, and, man, he is none happy with the Democratic Party. None too happy
Don't sound like
with
it,
the Democratic Party.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he pretty much let him have it. White House spokesperson John Kirby talking about Taiwan. And I don't know, there was something in me that thought we were for the independence of Taiwan. Wasn't that what you believed?
Yes.
Yes, listen
Why
to
would
John
we not
Kirby.
be?
Well, maybe the Chinese have more money to send to Biden. Listen what he had to say.
She reportedly told President Biden during their summit in San Francisco that Beijing plans to reunify Taiwan with mainland China. Did the Chinese leader bring up similar sentiment in their call the other day? And if so, what was President Biden's response?
I would certainly Taiwan came up in the context of the call. There's not a single discussion that we don't have with senior leaders in the PRC where we don't talk about Taiwan. Of course it came up. I won't characterize President Xi's comments, but I can tell you that President Biden was very, very clear that nothing's changed about our one China policy. We don't support independence for Taiwan, but we also don't want to see the status quo changed in a unilateral way, and certainly not by force.
What?
We don't support independence for Taiwan, but
Since
what?
when? We were all part of Taiwan's independence in the first place.
Yeah, that's why we are funding them
Yes.
and selling them arms and all kind of other stuff.
Right.
And floating our Navy ships out there to deter attack.
So, John Kirby, when did this change? And see, most Americans don't listen, so they didn't figure it out. But I was like, say what? Craziness. Donald Trump raised over $50 million over the weekend. By the way, Joe Biden still has raised more money. Here's what he had to say.
People are just wanting change. Rich people want it. Poor people want it. Everybody wants change. Our country is really doing poorly. We're a laughing stock all over the world, and we're going to get that change very quickly. And this has been some incredible evening before it even starts, because people, they wanted to contribute to a cause of making America great again, and that's what's happened. We're going to make America great again. Everyone knows it. The election's going to be in now a little more than 6 months, and it's going to be the most important, I believe, election we've ever had. I think it's going to go down as the most important date in the history of our country. That's November 5th will be the most important date in the history of our country. And thank you very much. Thank you very much for being here.
So Trump ended up raising $50.5 million, squashing the single largest event that Joe Biden had. That was a week and a half ago.
Right.
And Biden was quick to jump on ship. And here's what he had to say yesterday as he was trying to raise money.
So I figure there's no better day than today to tell you that in the first quarter of this year, we raised $185 million. Our campaign now has 1.6 million individual donors, and more than 500,000 of those donors are brand new since 2020. This campaign is Scranton versus Palm Beach. This is a grassroots campaign.
Grassroots.
Well, they're
That's the
brand
Biden
new because they use all those voting people with death certificates. So they're all brand new donors.
So listen to what he had to say.
Of nurses and teachers and firefighters and cops versus Donald Trump and a couple billionaires looking for a tax cut. Real people who know the stakes of this election and are rolling up their sleeves to pitch in what they can. You're making a real difference, folks. Thank you. I appreciate everything you're doing. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
By the way, I mean, the blue-collar workers are not behind you. I don't even see the nurses. I'm just going to be honest. I know maybe 3 people that are backing you. Hell, you lost The Rock's endorsement. Here's what he had to say.
The endorsement that I made years ago with Biden was one I thought was the best decision for me at that time. Am I going to do that again this year? That answer is no.
No. Because he understands you don't want to be on the losing team. Who wants to be on the losing team? Nobody wants to be on the losing team. 2 principals from Texas, a Texas school district, are now facing criminal charges after allegedly violating the state election laws by using their school emails to urge staff to vote for candidates who oppose school choice. Alexander Elementary School principal Lindsay Lujan, and not Lohan, Lujan, and Borman Elementary principal Jesse Lujan, who are married, by the way. Those 2 guys are married, and they work in the Denton Independent School District. 2 administrators emailed the staff in February encouraging them to vote in the March primary election for candidates who oppose Greg Abbott's school choice voucher. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton filed a lawsuit against the Denton ISD and respond to those emails that leaked in February. Principals charged with unlawful use of an internal mail system for political advertising, which is a Class A misdemeanor, and they could be fined up to $4,000.
Good.
You cannot use a county, our state, our city, any municipalities to pass, anything to do with elections.
I'm really glad they're going after them because it happens all the time.
Yep. So they're going after him for sure. Judge grants a motion to hold the suspect in the deadly shooting in the pretrial detention. One of the 4 men charged with that recent shooting in a residential neighborhood that left 1 man dead will remain behind bars through his eventual trial.
Good.
Following the hearing on Thursday that included testimony from the Roswell police detective and the New Mexico 5th Judicial Judge, James Hudson ruled in favor of the motion by the district attorney to keep Eric Contreras, 38 years old, locked up until his trial.
Good.
Contreras is charged with first-degree murder and tampering with evidence, and also a felon with in possession of a firearm. So, why would we think that we're going to let somebody charged with first-degree murder, a guy who was already a felon, who had a firearm, why would we even consider letting them out?
We shouldn't.
We damn sure should not. Second man, Miguel Saleto, 19 years old, who originally was with Contreras, faces the same charges. Motion to keep him until his trial is scheduled to be heard coming up later this week. Trump campaign raised $15 million, by the way. That's a historic haul. And I'm going to play the soundbite coming up in a second. But I think anybody that says death to America should be deported.
Yes.
And by the way, if you're a citizen and chant death to America, I think you really ought to reconsider where you live. Protesters in Dearborn, Michigan, or as I like to call it, Little Libya, shouted death to America and death to Israel during the International Day rally, so Al-Quds rally in that town. Now, if you ever get a chance, go look up Dearborn, Michigan on YouTube. And some of the rallies, Christians try to go to these rallies, and they are escorted out. If you go to a public event, you should have the right to do whatever you want at the public event that does not break the law. Handing out Bibles and Christian material is not against the law.
No.
Anybody that chants. Yeah, in Michigan, damn right it is. So anybody that chants death to America, I think you really should, really should look at yourself and say, why are you even here? If you want to back the Palestinians, maybe you ought to go to Gaza. Here's the mayor of Dearborn, Michigan, talking to Joe Biden. They think they should have a seat at the table. So do the Catholics have a seat at the table? Because, by the way, the Catholics make up a way larger majority than the Muslims. What about the Baptists, who make up a way larger percentage than the Muslims? Listen to the mayor of Dearborn, Michigan, what he had to say.
How can President Biden earn the trust of the Muslim American community at this point?
You know, it's committing to the promises that he ran on in 2020 about bringing decency back to the White House. It's recognized us as the human beings that we are. It's understanding that we here in Dearborn, the broader Arab American community, the Muslim American community, we know what it's like to live overseas, under siege, under apartheid, under occupation. So come to Dearborn, come to this community. Let's put the pen in both of our hands, and let's co-govern and co-write what the policy should be moving forward to help move our country forward in the right direction.
Co-govern?
Well, they've been pushing for that in lots of places.
Yep.
Co-govern? I mean, what exactly does that mean, co-govern?
And I think Dearborn has that. I think that they have the Muslim courts.
They do. And some of those courts have Sharia law, and I don't understand how Sharia law overtakes state law.
Well, because they let it. Like, say you live there. A Muslim could take you to court over Sharia law violations, and you can't do anything about it. You can't say that's not an American law.
I'm going to get me a pork chop on a stick. Sorry if that offends you.
Be opening some pig farms.
All right.
So, population of Dearborn's about 109,000. Why they think they get a seat at the table?
Well, because they're extremists.
I mean, I don't have a seat at the table.
They're extreme leftists.
No doubt. No doubt.
And they think that they always speak for everyone.
Yeah. The more you shout death to America, the less we listen. True story. We're not going to listen. We will not listen. 6:53. I got still to come. Sound bites from Joe Biden on health care. Is it a right to have health care? And Kamala Harris. History with Kamala Harris. Tom, did you hear what Kamala had to say over the weekend?
No, I didn't catch what she had to say.
By God.
Probably wasn't worth listening.
He was busy watching the chick flick.
I just cannot believe that this woman got a college degree.
No.
She's like somebody else.
Well,
I'm just trying to figure
She
out.
proves how she earns things. She's proven
I'm telling you. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Marion County Sheriff's Office is pleased to announce the 17 arrest warrants have been issued for Jeremy Smith and the kidnapping and murder of a local paramedic, a wife, a mother, and that he killed. So 17. I'm hoping that the feds have already picked this up.
Right.
But I would rather it go to South Carolina, the case, where they have the death penalty. Please do not put that burden on us to pay for this clown for the rest of our lives. Or rest of his lives, I should say. So they have charged him with a total of 17 additional counts. One person dead after a two-vehicle crash in Alamogordo. That happened yesterday, according to Alamogordo police. Accident took place intersection of East 10th Street and White Sands Boulevard. Traffic in that area had been closed off, and a developing story that's pretty much all that we have. And another story about the Venezuelan migrant influencer who encouraged squatting. Now that he is in jail, he is saying he is the victim.
Oh, poor baby.
Oh, pobrecito mijo. Venezuelan migrant influencer who illegally entered the country and encouraged other migrants to squat and take Americans' homes is behind bars, and all because Lionel Moreno did not know how to check in. That's all they asked you to do. But see, this is the problem, that most of the people that come over here and they allow them to come in, they don't check in. They don't go back for their court date. They do not go back for their court date. So, poor little...
Well, and he was telling people how not to.
Yeah. Yes. And he had stacks of $100 bills. There's a picture with him with a firearm. How did he obtain that firearm? And you're not going to believe what it was. The dreaded AR.
Oh, my gosh. He must have got it in Albuquerque where they don't listen to the governor's memos.
Oh, my Lord. All right, check of the weather this morning being brought to you by Janko Janitorial. Find them on West Main and Artesia. Janitorial supplies, they can deliver them to you if you need them. Commercial grade janitorial supplies. They can also do all your cleaning. Industrial, oil-field cleaning, commercial cleaning. Need them to clean the office? No problem. They can do that for you. Need cleaning supplies? They've got you covered there. Their folks are certified, pathogen certified, hazmat certified, and PPE certified. Call Amber today, 575-703-1869, JankoJanitorial.com for more information. Tom in the text.
All right, Smoking Arizona is chiming in. Heck, even with the death penalty, they're still going to seat on death row for 20 to 30 years before they eliminate his sorry butt when it comes to the death penalty. 2 years max is all they should be on death row before we eliminate them. And he is.
I think you get 3 appeals. Yeah. I think 3 would be more than enough.
I would give him a total of 5 years, because then you can get through all your appeals in 5 years.
Yes. Yeah.
I give him the needle right there, bro. Sorry.
No appeal?
You've been convicted, yeah.
No appeal?
Nope.
You don't get the chance to...
No, I think there should be, because there are times we get it wrong.
Wait just a minute. Tom is saying no appeal.
No appeal.
Really? So you don't think Trump should have an appeal in his New York case?
I mean, we're talking...
He was guilty?
No, but we're talking like murder and stuff like that.
So, crime's crime.
Well...
They should get an appeal, Tom.
They should get an appeal.
I mean, by God,
maybe one.
A second chance.
But we're giving that girl who threw her baby away an appeal, and I don't know what's going to happen to the other one. But come on now,
they still deserve an appeal to make sure they get a fair trial.
Yes.
Well, you covered that story. Don't you think she got a fair trial?
I think that appeals are part of the process.
Yep. I have no problem with appeals. I do have a problem with appeals that last like 20 years.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's way too long.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I would give it a 5-year time max.
Yeah, I don't think anybody should be breathing that long.
Right. And Biden
killed somebody.
Yeah. And what about when they confess to the murder?
Then just.
Well, I think they get the one automatic appeal, even with a confession, to make sure it wasn't coerced.
Sorry. Confess that. See ya.
Okay, I can get you to confess to anything, Tom.
See ya.
No, believe me. So last night, women's basketball, Caitlin Clark loses to South Carolina, and I've got the story coming up. We'll talk about the South Carolina coach.
Staley?
She has no problem with transgender men. playing for her.
Come on, Dawn Staley. What happened to her? She used to be a very conservative coach back in the day.
Who?
Staley, the coach for South Carolina.
She was never conservative, Tom.
Mm-mm. Yeah. I remember when she started her career. She wasn't like this.
Do you remember?
Way back then. I mean, she's been coaching now several years now. But
okay, where did she coach before she went to South Carolina?
I don't remember. But she coached somewhere. Come on, she started somewhere. And she assisted several years at South Carolina. But
yeah, I knew her. I mean, she.
Oh, my memory is infallible. I remember. Where did she go? I don't remember.
All I remember is she was at South Carolina.
Undefeated. She's only the 10th coach ever to have an undefeated women's national team.
Where's she from, Tom?
I think she's from Georgia.
Pennsylvania. I mean, it was right up the road. It was right up the road. Yeah, right up the road.
Good coach. She should have won it last year, but LSU won it. But
by the way, not in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
No. She, by the way, coached at Temple and then South Carolina.
Yeah.
That's it.
But hey, the women are history. The men play tonight, dude. UConn and Purdue.
Yeah. Well, and we'll see what kind of draw it was. The numbers haven't come out yet, but I bet the audience was fairly big.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, I would bet that.
Caitlin Clark still had a pretty good night. 30 points, wasn't 40, but 30 points. And South Carolina just very aggressive.
They were the team all year. They were.
Yeah. No doubt. All right, Tom in the text, get to it. KWMW, Maljamora 105.1 FM.
All right, Tom, the animal that threw the baby in the trash doesn't deserve, this text says, being called a mom, says the texter. I agree with you.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I just think everybody deserves fair legal representation in everything that our legal system does.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah.
And this text says it's for the police officer that got killed. They have him on video murdering the New Mexico State police officer, says this one text.
Yep. Then the appeal is short, but he gets one.
Mm.
Yeah, but the problem with New Mexico is sit in a jail, and taxpayers will pay for that for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
He'll first get a trial in Carolina, right, Blake, because he killed that paramedic first over there?
Well, it looks like it's a federal case now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and for once, I agree with Tom. If the evidence is 100% true, no appeal. Hey, thank you very much.
Yeah. See, again, we are set up as a nation of laws, and we have a legal system, and whether we like it or not, everybody is entitled to the same thing. You can't just say you get an appeal, but you don't.
Yeah, because if not, Trump would be in jail right now.
Right, and they would seize all of his assets.
All of it, yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, Tom, one more.
And John from Utah says, well, believe it or not, I'm going to have to agree with Tom on this one, kind of. I think it depends on what the case and the circumstances, whether or not you get an appeal. Like the case of the guy shooting the state trooper a couple of years ago. No, he's guilty. We all know he's guilty. He doesn't get an appeal. He'd be lucky to get a trial. He'd get a trial as far as I'm concerned, says John from Eunice. See?
All right, still to come. We're going to talk about the Gallup parade, the drunk that ran over people. We'll get you an update on that case coming up. Also, how much money has Nella Domenici? How much money has her campaign raised? I'll get you an update on that story. Still to come. Actually, I mean, she's doing really well. And a Texas man, how many total eclipses has he seen? I was quite surprised.
Wow.
I'll get you updated with that story and more coming up this morning. All right, number 877-396-W105. We're going to get you updated, find out what's going on with news. Being brought to you by David Trujillo, Republican running for County Commissioner, District 1 in Lee County. David reminds you that, he's worked in the oil field now for 17 years, so he backs the oil and gas industry 100%. Also backs the communities. How many boards has he been serving on? How many times has he went out and coached your kids or maybe your grandkids when it comes to youth activities? Part of the community. Also, mayor of Lovington, or mayor pro tem, or maybe a city commissioner for the last 20-plus years. He has served in some capacity for the city of Lovington. And, being a member of the city of Lovington as a commissioner, mayor, or mayor pro tem, David understands that you have to go get that capital outlay, capital improvement money. And he understands how to do that. Find out more information. Follow David Trujillo. He is on Facebook, and he's running for County Commissioner, District 1, Lee County. Message paid for by David Trujillo. Let's qualify, folks, for the cash. We're coming back. A look at news up next for W105.
Call now. Thank you for calling.
Permian Toyota in Hobbs presents the Cash Blowout Contest on W105. This is the Cash Blowout Contest on W105.
Call now. Call now.
News brought to you by Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington. Getting the job done right every time since 2004.
Proudly serving most phases of the oil field process, Stone Oilfield Services has a fleet of over 60 trucks and a workforce of over 100 employees. From water transport to kill and vac truck operations, flowback services and pit filling to the clean out of rigs and tanks, as well as oiling and acidizing, Stone Oilfield believes in getting the job done right every time. Their central motto, do what you say you can do. Call them today at 575-396-1840. That's 396-1840.
MTD Radio News, I'm Joe Miller. Eddy County vowed support for the Carlsbad Irrigation District's efforts to change a federal law that places more than half of cost on the district to replace the floodgates at Sumner Dam, which were only expected to last 50 years and are showing signs of aging. The cost to replace the gates estimated at $30 to $35 million. The dam's about 300 miles north of Carlsbad. Carlsbad Irrigation District officials asking the county for a letter that addresses the Bureau of Reclamation's Title Transfer Act of 2000. The CID wants Congress to amend the Title Transfer Act of 2000 with a provision that all current and future costs associated with floodgate replacement and maintenance done by the BOR. 1 mile stretch of Joe Harvey Boulevard from Grimes to Lovington Highway has been the epicenter of commercial development in Hobbs, but with less than a handful of spaces left, the prime real estate on Joe Harvey is almost gone, and soon there may be no room left. Roger Gray, a local real estate developer, says there are a few non-prime locations behind existing structures along Joe Harvey, but the last of the prime locations are about to be filled up. At the corner of Joe Harvey in Central is a former computer retail location that is currently being remodeled by Cassis Companies. Company president Nadeem Cassis says he has no contracts for tenants for that building he can announce at this time. J.F. Maddox Foundation, United Way of Lee County and Hobbs Municipal Schools will welcome the original author of the Pete the Cat series, Eric Litwin, as the featured performer at the Reading Under the Lights event, 5 to 8:30 on April 26 at Watson Memorial Stadium on the Hobbs High School campus. Reading Under the Lights is geared towards school-age children, encouraging them to foster a love of reading. The event will include individual reading stations featuring community members and vendors. Litwin will perform a concert featuring his original Pete the Cat Read Aloud stories and other selections. Students and families invited to sing along, move along, and dance along to the captivating musical stories. Litwin will also discuss how Pete the Cat and his other characters stay positive, loving, and resilient even as things get tough. That's what's happening. I'm Joe Miller, MTD Radio News.
Southeastern New Mexico Veterans Transportation Network is in need of volunteer drivers. You do not have to be a veteran to drive, and a company vehicle will be provided for you. At SENM Veterans Transportation Network, they transport veterans to and from their doctor's appointments in Southeastern New Mexico, West Texas, and many other places at absolutely no cost to our beloved veterans who have fought hard for our country. If you are interested and would like to volunteer, please contact Alice for more details at 575-622-0729. That's 622-0729. Remember, all gave some and some gave all. Please help support your local veterans today.
Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. I'm a lost bee that found my way into your car. And now that I'm in here, good luck getting me out.
I think it's gone. Wait, no, it's in my hair.
And if you don't have the right auto insurance coverage, well, this could be quite a sticky situation. So get Allstate.
Contact New Mexico and Texas Allstate agent Todd Hyde today. 806-792-3044. That's 806-792-3044.
Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Today's special is the green chili cheeseburger. Order when you're ready.
Hi, I'd like Guy Fieri Flavortown Fortune Scratchers, please.
We'll be right out.
Play Guy Fieri Flavortown Fortune Scratchers from the New Mexico Lottery, featuring prizes up to $50,000.
Here you go. Remember to enter non-winners for a chance to win $500,000. All right!
Get info and enter at nmlottery.com. You must be at least 18 to play. Please play responsibly. Guy Fieri, the Guy logo and Flavortown are registered trademarks of Knuckle Sandwich, LLC.
Honey, what are you doing? It's 4 a.m.
Well, I'm making a big breakfast for you and the kids. We got to get going this morning. It's a long drive to Midland Airport.
I booked our flights out of our airport here in Hobbs. It's in town, not in Texas.
Well, you want some toast?
Is that strawberry?
Organic boysenberry.
I'm going back to bed.
Love you.
Flying in and out of Hobbs gives you more time and less stress. So when it's time to fly, you gotta fly Hobbs.
Friday, April the 19th, the Castro Activity Center, home of Thunderbirds basketball on the New Mexico Junior College campus, with the first ever concert spectacular, Caldwell Entertainment featuring the hits of the Eagles, the Doobie Brothers, Fleetwood Mac, and Whitney Houston. Then we switch gears for Fearless, the NMJC touring ensemble performing top 40 hits like Post Malone, Jelly Roll, a 90s throwback tribute, and much more. It's completely free to the public. It starts at 7 p.m. on Friday, April the 19th at the Castro Activity Center on NMJC campus.
It's time for the annual membership meeting of Lee County Electric. This year marks their 75th anniversary. Join them on Friday, April 26th during regular business hours in Lovington and Tatum, New Mexico and Plains, Texas. Attendees will receive a registration gift, have the opportunity to vote, and be entered for the grand prize of $2,500 from Lee County Electric. Lovington will host a drive-through event, while Tatum and Plains will open their lobbies for registration. To streamline your registration process, find a personalized registration card in the back of the April issue of the Enchantment magazine. The business portion of the meeting will be streamed on Facebook Live at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. Lee County Electric, 75 years strong, owned by those we serve.
Back on the chain, yeah.
Now, back to the show.
Be in the Breakfast Club, broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain Gods studio. Text line at 877-396-W105. Powered by Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer. Question of the day brought to you by Lovington Auto Supply, your Napa dealer.
It's about damn time.
Hi, everybody. Gather around. I'm here to give you anything you like. You want free college, energy, mortgages, whatever you like. You have come to the right place. Why? I'll tell you why. Who can take your money? Who can take your money? With a twinkle in their eye. A twinkle in their eye. Take it all away and give it to some other guy. The government. The government can. And who can tax the sunrise? Who can tax the trees? Well, let you run a business and collect up all the fees. The government. Oh, the government can. And the government can, 'cause they mix it up with lies and make it all taste good. Government takes everything we make to pay for all of their solutions, like healthcare, climate change, pollution. Just throw away the Constitution. I wrote that. Thank you.
Who can do it? Tom, who can do it? The government can. The government can. Did my taxes over the weekend. Anybody that says anything about me and I don't have an opinion, well, maybe I shouldn't pay my taxes then. Tom, have you paid yours?
I haven't done it yet.
Yeah. Get ready, buddy. Get ready.
I won't feel the pinch until next year.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that's what yeah.
Well, you know, because B says I got to do this $10.99 and this $8.99 and this $4.99.
$4.99, yeah. $4.99.
So.
Yeah.
I didn't retire till December of last
year. Yeah. Get ready. Not going to be fun. But God bless you. All right, Joe Biden, talk about health care. Tom, do you think health care is a right for all Americans?
It is. It is not.
Where does it say that
in the Bill of Rights? I believe every person should have health care.
Where is it in the Constitution?
Well, is that Obamacare is for everybody now?
You got to pay for it.
Well, still, you got an opportunity to get it before you didn't have
you had an opportunity to get it before.
Wait. He is spreading one of the mass lies about it. Before you had an opportunity to get it.
Uh-huh.
You've always had the opportunity to buy health care insurance.
Yes.
So is it a right, Tom?
I think it should be Americans' right to have health care. Yeah, I believe so.
I think it should be their decision. Do you want health care? Go ahead, go get it.
Forced to buy something.
Nobody should force you to buy anything.
But you believe that people should be forced to buy.
Now, let me ask you another serious question.
Yeah.
With all these people coming over from 170 different countries, do you think they should have better health care than you?
If they need health care, they should have, every doctor takes an oath to provide some type of health care, right?
So you want to pay for it?
They take an oath to do no harm and for emergency care. Life-saving.
Well, we're human beings, B. I mean, I don't care whether you're not from this country or not.
So let me ask you this much. As a guy that doesn't have any insurance, do you think I should get free health care?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, at least you're equal in giving the money away.
Yeah.
Joe Biden talking about health care. Here's what Joe had to say.
Bernie and I have been doing this work for a long time. I know we don't look it, but we've been doing it a long time. But at any rate.
He's talking about Bernie Sanders. Here we go.
Well, we know we've made historic progress in the last 3 years. $35 for insulin for seniors, $35 a month for inhalers, for asthma, $2,000 a year total cap on costs for seniors. We're lowering the cost of some of the most expensive prescription drugs for seniors. And what we want to do next is these caps and costs for everyone, not just seniors. With Bernie's help, we're showing how health care ought to be a right, not a privilege in America.
A right, not a privilege. Yeah. And by the way, that was actually Donald Trump that lowered the price of insulin. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying, it wasn't Joe Biden. It got done.
Yeah.
But it was not. It was not Joe Biden.
The best healthcare system in the world
is where?
The U.S.
I believe it.
But they want us to take that and transform it to healthcare systems like other parts of the world.
So like in Canada, I got a friend of mine in Canada has been waiting for a knee surgery over a year.
Right.
There's a waiting line.
Tom likes
and if you don't have money, you stay in the line. By the way, if you have money, they'll move you ahead.
Is that a good system, Tom?
I don't like it, no. Thank God I don't live in Canada.
You just said you liked it.
Or Philippines.
You said that everybody should get it.
Yeah, that's what you said everybody should get.
Well, we should, yeah. But don't mean you got to wait in line for it.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, that's exactly same thing in England. Same thing in England. Now, if you have a heart attack, you'll go to the front of the line.
Well, it's an emergency. That's just, those aren't the same.
Yeah. Unless you're old, and then like in America, Joe Biden and Obama wanted people just to die, the old people, because they're not paying taxes anymore. You're done. I mean, forget about you.
Unless it's them.
Yeah, if it's them or their family members, is a little different. Surrogate for Joe Biden, Michael Tyler, talking about Trump and the difference between Trump and Biden when it comes to when it comes to starting wars. Correct me if I'm wrong. Donald Trump never started a war, right?
Nope, not one.
We were not under a war.
Nope.
So international affairs, he handled with an iron fist. Here's what he said.
The fact that the American people elected him in the first place because he has the wisdom, the judgment, and the temperament to take on difficult, complex situations like the one that we're facing in the Middle East. And we believe that stands in stark contrast to Donald Trump, who we saw the way that he governed, and we see the way that he's campaigning, and he's not demonstrating the temperament, the judgment, the wherewithal to do anything like handle situations like this, whether it's abroad or here at home. And so
I don't know. I think he handled things fairly well because we weren't in a war. Now here we are, 2 wars.
Mm-hmm.
And we've changed our. Are we going to help? Are we going to help Taiwan if they get in the war? I don't know. At this point, I don't know.
Well, you say we got to help them, but you just heard John Kirby earlier saying, no, we support China.
Yep. According to a brand new study, McDonald's has raised its prices more than 100% over the last decade. You know what's also going up? The weight of their customers is also going up 100%.
And how much time their ice cream machine is broken.
Yeah. On the bright side, you still don't get charged a cent for putting they don't get charged a penny for putting a hair on your burger. Just saying. According to a new survey, 1 in 3 rideshare drivers have crashed on the job.
Wow.
I think I'll speak for everybody that has taken Lyft or Uber. And, even 1 in 3 rideshare drivers have never taken a bath.
Mm-mm.
That'd probably be a little bit more. Friday, New York experienced a 4.8 magnitude earthquake.
Mm-hmm.
Tremors were so powerful that Joy Behar's ass it's still moving. Her and Whoopi's ass still moving. That's how strong Seriously, this thing was pretty strong. It was so strong that Chris Christie dropped the turkey leg. I mean, that's strong.
It's not.
That is very strong.
I don't know. That would have wrecked skyscrapers to make him let go of a turkey leg.
Right.
Yes. That would have been close to like an 8.5.
And by the way, he still hates Trump. Someone in Oregon is holding on to the winning ticket, $1.3 billion over the weekend. I didn't think they had a winner on Saturday. Somebody won $1.3 billion. One ticket sold. Somebody is going to be rich.
Billion. Whoa.
Yes. Lots of money. Can you believe 30 years ago on Friday, Kurt Cobain took his own life?
Yeah.
It's been 30 years. And Michigan.
And a little bit lesser known, a year later, the lead singer for Alice in Chains, of course, that's when grunge was really, really big.
Right.
He also committed suicide.
Wow. Gretchen Whitmer, the governor of Michigan, is going to tell her life story in a book called True Gretch. If you want to go buy that, it's coming out July 9th.
And I want the fact checkers to read that and see what's really true.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait. It's probably going to have as much success as Hunter Biden's book. What was the name of that book? It was called A Big Old Pile of Powder. No, that wasn't it. I'm sorry. All right, Tom on the text, 877-396-W105. It's 7:23.
Hey, what time is the eclipse going to happen? Ask this one text.
As it crosses into Mexico from out in the ocean, it's like around 11-ish a.m. And I think they said by the time it gets to Texas, it's going to be like a little after noon.
Okay.
So around here, you'll start seeing the effects somewhere around the lunch hour.
So there you go, about lunchtime today.
So, Tom, if you would, give us some tips on watching the eclipse.
Well, don't look at the sun, number one, because you'll go blind. Make a little, you know those rolls that come in paper towels?
The rolls that come in paper towels?
The little tube that holds those paper towels?
The paper towel roll?
The paper towel tube.
Okay.
I put a piece of paper over it and make a little hole in it.
Can it be a paper towel?
It can be a paper towel, too. And then look down and
what about tinfoil? Tinfoil work?
Tinfoil might work, yeah.
You don't need the tube.
You don't need the tube?
No, just a piece of paper with a hole in it.
Just a piece of paper.
There you go.
Thank you.
But don't look in the sun. If you got them real fancy glasses, I wouldn't recommend it either because it'll blind you.
Thank you.
So
what?
Thank you.
What did you say about real fancy glasses?
You know, the real fancy eclipse glasses, don't use them.
They're not that fancy. They're just eclipse glasses.
Right.
You say don't use them? Why would you tell people
Some
not to use them?
of them are fake. Some are not really eclipse glasses.
By the way, we don't let Tom do traffic information because it tells kids to play in the streets. So we won't. We don't allow that either.
Welding glasses work really well. By
Yes.
the way.
Yeah. There you go, Tom.
And another text says on the death penalty, some say, and the government of New Mexico will always be on the criminal side, says this text.
Well, I mean, couldn't we put that on the, put it on the docket for the New Mexico citizens to vote on to bring back the death penalty?
Could.
Richardson did away with it, right? I wonder how come Susanna didn't bring him back.
Then I got one of the texters corrected me. Lance Staley from Alice in Chains overdosed. So yeah, so that was, but it was a year after Kurt Cobain.
Wow. Gallup man reportedly drove drunk through the parade nearly 3 times the legal limit. Is scheduled to be sentenced today. In 2022, Jeff Irvin got behind the wheel of an SUV, drove through the tribal ceremony parade in Gallup, leaving 15 people injured. Originally, he faced more than 20 different charges, but agreed to a plea deal earlier this year. And part of the agreement, Irving is pled no contest to 2 felony counts of great bodily harm by vehicle while driving under the influence, 2 misdemeanor counts, aggravated driving while under the influence, causing bodily harm. He faces 6.5 years in prison. Shouldn't that be an aggravated DUI?
You would think.
Because he was driving a motor
I would think that would be an aggravated DUI. I bet that's part of the one that they dropped. But I would think that would be an aggravated DUI. 6.5 years, 17 people injured, and thank God nobody was killed.
Right.
Unbelievable. All right, 7:27. We're going to get to taking out trash coming up next. Blake, you saw the story. Martin Heinrich, Republican challenger, Nella Domenici, gearing up for the upcoming election. Domenici's campaign hit the ground running, they have raised $1.25 million in the first quarter of the year. And the campaign reports contributions from 1,100 people so far.
I believe that.
That money is not it's a drop in the bucket when you consider the money that Heinrich has had in that war chest.
Right.
And
he's got about $3.5 million in his chest.
Yeah, he's got about $3.5 million in reserves. That's cash money in reserves.
Yep.
And
all from D.C., all from advocates in D.C.
Yeah, big lobbyist organizations giving him money. And by the way, that doesn't mean, Republicans are outraised every election. So it doesn't mean she can't win. I don't want anybody to think that I'm saying that.
I think she's got a good shot, actually.
I think she's got a really good shot. But it also means that we need to give. You workers out there, this is the best opportunity we have to send Martin Heinrich packing. Of course, he hasn't lived in New Mexico for a long, long time, moved his family to Maryland.
Yeah, more than a decade ago.
Maryland. Yeah. Texas man has witnessed days 105 years old. When I look at this guy, I'm going, he's 105, he's still standing. He actually looks fairly good for a 105-year-old. This is his 13th total eclipse.
Wow.
And he has said that they're all beautiful. And his first one is in the 1930s.
Wow.
Crazy.
Wow.
105 years old. And he's from Fort Worth. 6 Midland teens arrested for car theft charges in Odessa. So the Midland teenagers arrested for stealing a car and burglarizing several others in Odessa. And the oldest one, we got a 17-year-old, 16-year-old, 3 15-year-olds, and even a 14-year-old that have been charged. So, Tommy, 6 teens from Midland go to Odessa to steal a car. And big news in the sporting world. Did you see the story, Tom? Kentucky.
Yes, I was
loses their
surprised.
coach.
Well,
Now-
John Calipari left Kentucky to go to Arkansas.
Yes, and the crazy thing is that he could have been fired this year because it's the second year in a row Kentucky choked first round. Third year in a row. Anyway, they owed him $33 million. That would be his payout.
Mhm.
So him leaving the Arkansas, Kentucky's like, thank you, thank you, thank you. And Arkansas took a chance on him. I don't know what type of contract did he sign, Tom?
I have no idea yet. I don't think they've
They
finalized that
say
deal.
they're finalizing the 5-year deal.
It is a 5-year deal.
And yeah, that would have been that. I mean, this guy has been compared to Nick Saban when it comes to sports.
Yeah, but he only had one national championship at Kentucky. He was there 11 seasons. Only brought one title to the.
Yeah, that's unacceptable. in
Yeah, that's
Kentucky.
unacceptable down there. Big time.
And Arkansas is trying to make their way in basketball because
Again.
it's a tough go in football.
Yeah.
It really is. Did you see the story about Lynette Woodward? This kind of sad. It really is. And she was previously the all-time scoring leader in women's basketball.
Mm.
And she believes her record still stands. Yeah, as Caitlin Clark played her last game, and Woodward was present at the Women's Basketball Coach Association convention in Cleveland for the Final Four, where she wanted to get the elephant out of the room and said that that she still holds the record.
Okay.
Okay. God bless you.
Well, she's kind of correct because the rules change. You have the 3-point added, all those things. It's different.
It is different, but the record is the record.
Sure.
And, it's the same thing with Pete Maravich's record. It
Right.
went down. Pete didn't play in as many games.
Well,
Caitlin Clark, is this her 5th year or 6th year?
5th. She stayed for an
Fifth?
extra year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So but when you change the rules and you change the point, the way that you can score points and you
Sure.
add games, and it's always kind of it's two different times. I can see that.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a different day for sure. Bat-wielding homeowner catches a porch pirate with a setup trap. New York homeowner snared the sticky-finger porch pirate in his trap, greeting him with a baseball bat. By the way, the whole thing is on video.
That's awesome.
Whole thing is on TikTok. You ought to go check that out. And can you imagine you've been waiting to get something, and you follow it on your phone? Oh, Amazon just made the delivery.
Mm-hmm.
And it's gone. Has that ever happened to somebody? And, this guy wasn't having none of it. All right, we're going to talk about Don Lemon coming up in a second. 7:33, taking out trash coming up next. History with Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris wanted to share history when it comes to women's basketball. But she totally blew it. Listen to the history lesson.
Do you know? Okay, a bit of a history lesson. Do you know that the women's teams were not allowed to have brackets until 2022? Think about that. And talk about progress, better late than never, but progress. But you know what, just how we love March Madness, and even just now allowing the women to have brackets and what that does to encourage people to talk more about the women's teams, to watch them. Now they're being covered, and this is the reality. People used to say, oh, women's sports, who's interested? Well, if you can't see it, you won't be. Mm. But when you see it, you realize, oh.
History with Kamala Harris. What's the problem with that, Tom?
Everything, man.
So, like what? Please give me
the
the particulars.
brackets have been around for years. I don't know what she was talking
1982.
about. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. 1982. is when they came out with the brackets. And the only reason she knows anything about the brackets is because it became a big deal to figure, fill out the bracket.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we always had, every tournament, you sketch them out. So the bracket was there, Kamala. Maybe you didn't hear about it until
that's kind of
2022.
That's kind of what she was saying.
Yeah, of course. Of course. Black folks not happy with Joe Biden. Black folks none too happy with, I am actually surprised woke ideology. A lot of folks are like, we don't need that. Listen to, I talked about this on Friday. I did not have the soundbite. Jason Whitlock and Charlemagne the God talking about DIE. Tom, what does that stand for?
DIE.
DEI.
Or DEI.
Oh, DEI.
Come on, Tom. Come on.
We've only talked about this 28,000 times.
Diversity, equity, and
inclusiveness.
Yeah, you are in the neighborhood this time.
thank God we got two black Americans that are saying this is a bunch of garbage. This is a bunch of trash. Diversity is a bunch of trash because it's making it out to be that minorities can't go get a driver's license. We can't score on our own. Here's what Charlemagne the God and Jason Whitlock had to say.
Truth about DEI is that although it's well-intentioned, it's mostly garbage, okay? It's kind of like the Black Little Mermaid. Just because racists hate it doesn't mean it's good.
My problem with that is that it's not good anyway because you confuse kids. Because Little Mermaid was a white kid, now it's a black kid. Other kids are thinking they can transition to another color.
You mean you can't identify as that?
No, you can't. So he continues.
And you know I'm right, because every one of you has sat through one of those diversity training sessions and thought, this is a... And it's not...
Their whole bet is, in the entire strategy of the Democrat Party for many decades, is we can provide you from protection from being called racist. Literally. And for black people, you won't be seen as a sellout. So come over here and support policies that don't work for you, but at least you're not a sellout. Come over here and support policies that you know are ignorant, but at least you won't be labeled racist. That's their strategy.
Thank God we got two African-American men that have finally figured it out. Here's one that hasn't figured it out. Don Lemon. Didn't Don Lemon say that white men were the most? What do you say? The terrorist group. So why is he marrying a white guy? Longtime boyfriend, Tim Malone. They got married and they marched down. They marched down Manhattan's Fifth Avenue, walking their dogs in tuxedos, with a train of people following. Don Lemon, Tom. Or some people know him as Don Lemon. Either way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got married over the weekend.
Cares.
Congratulations to both. God bless you. New Mexico is shifting towards renewable energy and electric vehicles. The governor...
Are we?
Are
we really?
Yeah, well,
or is that just rhetoric?
That's her push. The governor accompanied the renewable energy leaders Thursday to discuss green energy and how the state can become less dependent on the dirty, nasty oil and gas industry that funds this state. The Electrified New Mexico Conference focused on three key areas: building, electrification, solar power, and more electric vehicles on the road. In less than 4 years, Governor Grisham wants nearly half of all vehicles sold in New Mexico to be zero emissions. Should that be her choice, though?
No. She won't be here then.
Well, that's why she's saying she wants it.
Well, and let's look at this realistically. Like, she's talking about even the electric big rigs, right?
Right.
Well, a battery bank for those things weighs 8,000 pounds, and they have to have 2 of them. Okay, so that's 16,000 pounds of added weight. On top of
How
that,
much can the rig weigh to be on the road?
I don't know the answer to that question, actually.
Maybe some trucker. What's the max capacity of a big rig?
I bet it's about 20,000 pounds.
But let's
Tom,
go.
Tom, don't pull stuff out your rear.
No. Let's go backwards a little bit here, because she wants them all to be powered and going down the road, even though we don't have an infrastructure for it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Say you have a trucking fleet and you have, I don't know, let's just say like 30 trucks, right? Which is probably a standard size trucking fleet would be my guess.
Sure.
I mean, it's just a guess. Do you know how much power it would take to charge those?
Oh, yeah.
There,
how long?
There is
How long
not.
will it take?
There is not an electrical producing plant in New Mexico that could power a single 30 electric truck company. Like, that's more power than the city of Albuquerque draws.
She's out of her mind, man.
So 80,000 pounds?
Texas is saying about 80,000 average would be.
Yeah, 80,000 pounds gross, 20,000 pounds for a single axle, and 34,000 pounds for a tandem axle. So if you take 16,000 pounds out the equation.
And that doesn't count the rest of the truck. You know what I mean?
No,
'Cause it's-
yeah,
right.
that's what I was going to say. But that doesn't include the rest of the truck. Craziness. Hagerman Fire Department, Hagerman Police Department, and the Dexter Police Department responded early Saturday morning to multiple structures and a vehicle on fire on Manchester Street and Hagerman. Crews worked to extinguish the fire, and XL was on the scene due to damage to electrical pole. No injuries. Cause is under investigation. And if I'm not mistaken, this is the second or third fire in the area. I had Juan send me that over on Saturday. Thanks for sending. 742. Jasmine Crockett. Tom, you remember Jasmine Crockett?
Jasmine.
She is the Democrat from close to Dallas-Fort Worth. And she's talking about the Israeli war. And the Israeli war needs to be more humane. No, yeah, she said it. Since when is war humane? Here's what she said.
The question in the short term is, do you pull the lever that you have with military aid?
Listen, again, I'm going to sit down and listen to the briefings as well as leadership, those that have been there longer than me, to say this is how we think. We tweak this and make sure that we do better at making sure that the prosecution of this war looks a little more humane.
How do you make a war look more humane?
Show fake videos.
I mean, when we took out bin Laden, did it look humane? No, it didn't.
Nope.
No. No, it didn't. When we were bombing Iraq back to the Stone Ages, did it look humane? No. It's a war. And some great general said, Tom, what did he say about war?
War is hell.
War is hell.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for extra points here, for like one Allsup's burrito, name the general that said that.
T.G. Shepard.
T.G. Shepard?
Oh, he sang about it. I'm sorry.
It was MacArthur.
T.G. Shepard was a general.
Well, he was a singer, sang about it.
Hey, what song did he sing about that?
The war is hell. War is hell. You remember the song's a big hit for him.
Whether that is.
It was a big hit for him, by the way.
Wow. Yeah, I don't think he was speaking about the same war, Tom.
Oh, okay.
Something tells me he just wasn't, but. All right, text line 877-396-W105. Let me get a quick check of the weather this morning, being brought to you by our buddies at the...
I was totally wrong. That was Sherman.
Was it Sherman?
Sherman?
Sherman
okay.
tank?
Yeah.
Sherman Tank, yes, Tom, Sherman Tank. They called him the Tank, yes. Butcher Block Meat Market and Grill in Lovington, reminding you they've got 30 years experience in the meat market business. Need specialty cuts? Not a problem. Part of the reason the food at the grill is so awesome is that it all starts with the meat. The meat is so good, and they can special cut your steaks and your maybe you're looking for pork chops and that type of stuff. They can cut all that for you. They also have the burger patties ready to go. They're frozen. Buy a box today, and they have smoked meat, and they have jerky, and of course, if you're looking at the grill, they're serving up breakfast right now. So get in there and check out the breakfast. Breakfast platters and burritos and more, and daily lunch specials. Find out what's on the menu for the lunch special. Like them on Facebook. You can go online, find out what the daily lunch special is, and you'll find out the weekly meat market specials. 1422 South Main in Lovington. Call in advance, 575-739-7778, or check them out on Facebook today. Tom in the text, then we'll talk about the Senate candidate. Kind of had to retract something. I'll get to that and the taking out trash next.
I'll be on the subject of trucks. This text is saying a semi-truck GVWR is 80,000 pounds. Anything heavier is considered oversized, and a driver must have an endorsement to haul, says this particular text. And trucks cannot weigh more than 80,000 pounds without a permit, this one text says. So they put the batteries in our trucks, then we won't be able to carry more than 38,000 pounds. Not only that, we're not going to be able to go as far before we got to stop and charge them up again. That is going
and
to kill.
We have a shortage of drivers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So we're going to saddle the drivers that we have with new regulations, and they can't drive as far.
No.
They can't drive. They can't carry as much freight. You're killing the industry.
That means they can't make money.
Well, this texter goes on to say it's going to kill our paychecks because we get paid by the mile.
Yep.
I know if I end up having to drive electric truck, I'm hanging up my CDL driver's license because I won't be able to make very much money.
Wow.
That's Patricia from Odessa chiming in this morning. And 16,000 weighs close to what a tractor weighs, another text is saying. So, yeah, 80,000 pounds is what these texters are saying. I think it's 80,000 loaded unless you get permits, another texter is saying. So that's a popular answer to that question, says the text. And by the way, on the murder appeal, Tom doesn't deserve an appeal for murdering the buffet, says the texter.
Oh, I haven't had a buffet in.
I am off buffets.
I did. I had one last Thursday.
Did you?
Mm-hmm. The barbecue.
Good buffet.
We hadn't had
a good one in a long time.
We hadn't had it, and Russ recommended it, so we went and tried it. It was good.
This one texter says we need to go back to horse-drawn stagecoaches. And that's Big Biden lover.
Bring back the highwaymen.
There you go. Wait a second. Horses put out their own gas.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah, but they also fertilize the ground. They fertilize as they go.
All right, Blake, I'm going to get to taking out trash. While I'm doing that, just up on Fox, Vatican says gender theory. They get into the gender theory discussion. If you can go read that while I do. Mm-hmm. Taking out trash being brought to you by Trash Eaters, trash-eaters.com, 575-390-4549. They do residential trash pickup, and remind you the Lovington Animal Shelter needs volunteers. If you can volunteer, they'd appreciate it. They also need monetary donations to spay and neuter the animals and ship them off to a no-kill facility. 575-552-3669. Call them today. David Cameron, who is the UK Foreign Secretary, UK meaning the British Foreign Secretary, is warning the United States it's is risking the West's security by holding up a new package of aid to Ukraine. So he stood with Zelensky and demanded the U.S. release aid to Ukraine. Since when do we allow the British to tell us what the hell to do? Here's a great idea. Britain, you should probably fund more of Ukraine because where do you get your oil from? Still, from Russia. So you're still buying oil from Russia, you and the rest of Europe, buying oil from Russia while you're saying we should pay for Ukraine. Does that sound crazy to you? Am I the only one? And I also think that we should not listen to any foreign government telling us how to spend our money. That's our tax dollars. We paid for that.
But they're begging for it.
Well, let them beg. I mean, hell, I had kids. I understand how begging works. What am I talking about? I'm married and I do my fair share of begging. What am I talking about? But the point is, we shouldn't listen to David Cameron or Zelensky. We should do what's best for the American people. And giving more money to Ukraine at this point is not good for the American people. How long will this war go on? You ought to ask yourself, the Democrats are all down with ending the war on the Gaza Strip and coming to a peace accord. Why aren't they saying the same for Ukraine? When is that time for that war to end? We've been funding that for 3+ years now. David Cameron, get that to Britain. You're not going to tell us what to do. Damn it, we're America. Well, we used to be. Take it out trash being brought to you by Trash Eaters. National Anthem and the Pledge coming up in a second. I got to get the things that happened on this date in history. We'll get to the story about the Pope up next. U.S. Senate candidate goes viral after blaming the earthquake in New York on climate change. Green Party member, the U.S. Senate candidate, New Jersey, Christina Kyle, went viral after posting her theory on social media that the earthquake that rocked New York and New Jersey on Friday was caused by climate change. By the way, she eventually took down the post. Yeah, she got some criticism. Climate change. How long have we been having earthquakes?
Forever. Since God created Earth.
Yes. Dan Crenshaw of Texas said, holy crap, I was just joking about people blaming climate change, and this genius pops up. Thank you, Dan Crenshaw. I still haven't forgiven you for a lot of your votes, though. You're supposed to be a conservative. All right, the Pope making a statement, the Vatican coming out with a statement. Blake, what did that story say?
There's a lot of liberals going to be upset with the Catholic Church over this one. Basically, this document reaffirms the Catholic Church's teaching regarding gender theory, which holds it as an inadmissible ideology and saying it's an attempt to alter an individual's immutable gender are ultimately misguided attempts to play God. So it's basically, it says that regarding gender theory, this is a quote, whose scientific coherence is the subject of considerable debate among experts, the Church recalls that human life in all its dimensions, both physical and spiritual, is a gift of God. The gift is to be accepted with gratitude and placed at the service of the good. Desiring a personal self-determination, as gender theory prescribes, apart from this fundamental truth that human life is a gift, amounts to a concession to the age-old temptation to make oneself God.
Thank you, Catholic Church. It's been a while since I said that, even though I went to church on Sunday.
Yeah. And it's not a new stance for the church, you know.
No, but this Pope is probably one of the most liberal popes that we've ever had. and his stance on a lot of things. So I'm actually kind of surprised.
Yeah, well, Pope Francis one time, not that long ago, called the rapid rise of gender ideology as, quote, one of the world's most dangerous ideological colonizations.
Ooh.
So I'm glad that they're at least on the right side of reality. And
Amen. Amen. Florida man climbed a cell tower Wednesday in Miami and disconnected power running to it. Yeah, Wednesday, the police issued a traffic advisory on Twitter, and they closed the road. Man climbed the tower, the cell tower, and made a live video. And not very smart when you take down the like AT&T and T-Mobile and all those guys. By the way, it cost $500,000 in damage.
Wow.
Cutting the power to a cell phone tower is as awful thing to do. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like having AT&T all the time. Yeah. Oh, it's not the same? Oh, please, do tell. Do cut the power, which is impressive for a Florida man. I mean, they have limited brain power, so I was kind of surprised he knew how to do that. Kind of surprised. 7:56, things that happened on this date in history this morning. Being brought to you by 2A Tactical Firearms and the Indoor Firing Range. Owned and operated by Dwayne Pennick and the family. He is a veteran, and they have the largest selection of firearms around. State-of-the-art indoor firing range, Milo, training simulator. Look, this is what the FBI uses. You can shoot live fire or laser, 1,000 different scenarios. They have tons of ammo in stock and tactical gear, accessories for your firearms. Go to the website. Go to the website to find out more information. It's 2atacticalrange.com. When you go and shoot, you can pay by the hour or get the monthly membership. Pretty cool. Want to rent a gun? Yes, they rent guns, including a fully auto AR. If you want to just go shoot that bad boy, not a problem. They offer training, one-on-one training or group training for first-time gun owners. 2A Tactical Firearms and the Indoor Firing Range, 2atacticalrange.com. They're in Hobbs, 236 East Navajo in Hobbs. Check them out today. 1776, very first patent was granted for the fire escape on this date. And in 1879, milk was sold in glass bottles for the first time in 1879. 3D movie, Man in the Dark was released in 1953, the first 3D movie. Also, birthdays today. Before we get to birthdays, National Empanada Day, National Zoo Lovers Day, and Happy Eclipse Day going on. No 3-day weekend, though. Sorry. Birthdays today, actress Robin Wright is 58 years old. Princess Buttercup.
Mm-hmm.
John Lennon's son, Julian. What's that?
Do you remember the scene from that movie where the Monty Python guy that was playing the priest that was marrying them, he had the speech impediment, so he was Princess Buttercup.
Yes. Julian Lennon, John Lennon's son, is 61.
Wow.
Is that where they came out with Hey Jude?
Yes, he is Jude.
Yeah. Wow. Stephen Howell of Yes in Asia is 77 years old. Tom, name a song by Asia or Yes.
Can't Stop Loving You?
No. Respectively, Heat of the Moment and Roundabout.
Oh,
thank you. Mickey Mouse Club member Darlene Gillespie is 83.
Wow.
And Peggy Lennon, Lennon from the Lennon Sisters is 83 years old.
Bo Duke is 64 today.
I thought that was Lemon, the Lemon Sisters. See, I'm screwed up. Any other birthdays?
John Schneider, Bo Duke, 64.
Wow. 64, wow. And they left that off my list? What the heck?
Yeah. You go
That's
hood
crazy.
sliding like Bo Duke.
I'm telling you. Crazy. Had his own little country career. Right, Tom?
Yes,
Still
sir.
does.
Had a couple songs.
He just released an album not that long ago, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And he's got a lot of acting work that he's been doing.
Didn't his wife pass away recently?
She did about a year and a half ago.
Yeah. All right, we're going to get to the national anthem and the pledge coming up in just a second. Morning show being brought to you by Roswell Livestock and Farm Supply, 1105 East 2nd in Roswell. Homegrown and proud of it. Certified Purina dealer. Everything for the farm or ranch, they've got it. And if you're looking for clothing, looking good clothes or work clothes, they got you covered. 1105 East 2nd in Roswell. Online at roswelllivestock.com. 79 today, sunny skies. Chance of rain starting tonight, a 40% chance of rain tonight, 80% chance of rain for Tuesday, and even a 70% chance of rain tomorrow night. High winds back in the forecast on Wednesday, maybe things clearing up by Thursday. We got to get to our national anthem and our pledge, KWMW, Malchimore, 105.1 FM. Tom, we'll get to the national anthem next. Anything on the text?
All right. So John from Eunice saying, guys, have you seen where they're calling for Ukraine to be admitted into NATO? Yes, we did.
Yes.
Talked about it last week. Those freaking idiots are hell-bent on getting us into World War III. What in the heck does NATO need Ukraine for anyway? Says John from Eunice this morning. Another texter says, the Pope is not a liberal or American. He works for God, says Big Biden lover.
Does he work for God? I mean, is that your final answer? I'm just wondering if that's your final answer.
And if you agree with that, then you have to go against all these very left Biden things. And if you're a Biden lover, well, you can't serve two masters.
You're right about that. And one more text be, it's no different than the U.S. telling Israel how to run their war or telling other countries to stay out of the Ukrainian war.
Well, it kind of is because we have a vested interest. I mean, you know, just like I tell my kids, if you don't want me to tell you what to do, don't ask me for money. Because once you ask me for money, which they don't, which is awesome, once you ask me for money, then I'm in your business.
Right, right. And good morning, gentlemen. You probably already talked about it, so my apologies for bringing it up. Just able to tune in. When is the eclipse supposed to happen? Around noonish, sometime today. And Blake said around 11 o'clock around here, right, buddy?
Coming into Mexico, it starts around 11.
About 11.
By the time it crosses into Texas, it's going to be a little after noon.
Look, when it gets dark, you know it's here. So there you go. That's about the way it works. B.
Thank you.
Our expert astronomy person.
Yes, thank you very much.
Tom.
Yeah. Wow. All right, let's get updated, find out what's going on with news this morning. We'll get you qualified for the cash in just 1 second. News being brought to you by, well, let's get to our national anthem and our pledge first. How about that? Being brought to you by Rebecca Long. She has been your Farmers Insurance agent for 40 plus years. Started a business at 19 and can take care of all of your insurance. Home, auto, recreational vehicles, commercial insurance, life insurance, 40 plus years. And she loves helping folks. She can put together a plan to meet all of your needs. 575-393-2661. Call Rebecca Long today, serving Lee, Eddy, and Chaves County, based in Hobbs. 575-393-2661. Proud sponsor of the national anthem and the pledge on W105.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
8:05. God bless America. God bless you. Large prayer on W105 being brought to you by Jude Oil, reminding you God is in control.
This morning's scripture, I leave you peace. It is my own peace I give you. I give you peace in a different way than the world does. So don't be troubled.
This is Mike Welsh with Judah Oil. Can you join us in the Lord's Prayer? Our Father, who art in heaven,
Our Father, who art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come,
Thy kingdom come,
thy will be done,
thy will be done,
on earth as it is in heaven.
on earth as it is on heaven.
Give us this day our
Give
daily
us
bread,
this day our daily bread,
and forgive us
and forgive us,
our trespasses, and we forgiven those who trespass against us.
and forgive us as we forgive those who trespass against us.
And lead us not into temptation,
And lead us not to temptation,
but deliver us from evil.
but deliver us from evil.
Amen.
Amen.
8:07. Quick check of the weather being brought to you by North Star Laundry, your one-stop shop for all your laundry. Need them to wash, dry, and fold your clothes? Not an issue. Dry cleaning, starching, they can take care of all of that. Or you can do it all yourself. They have the coin-operated machines, and they're open 7 days a week. Find them in Carlsbad, 609 West Lee Street, 604 West Church Street, and in Loving at 406 West Cedar. They can take care of all your laundry. North Star Laundry. Partly sunny today, 79. Enjoy it while you can. Winds are going to be less than 15 miles an hour. 48 for the overnight low and a 40% chance of rain. 80% chance of rain tomorrow. We're talking about maybe close to an inch of rain. 70% chance of rain on Tuesday and high winds on Wednesday. Let's get updated for all the news. We'll keep you updated. We'll keep you updated with news and weather throughout the morning. We'll give you a chance to qualify for the cash this morning. News being brought to you by Ragsdale Law Firm, Luke Ragsdale. Find him in Roswell and serving all of southeast New Mexico. Settling big cases, over $10 million in a case in the Patch. $9 million for a medical malpractice case, selling car accidents, slip and falls, and more. Call in 575-208-5300. Need somebody to defend you in the court of law? RagsdaleLawFirm.com. 808, let's qualify you for the cash. Coming right back, we'll check in with news. W105.
Call now. Thank you for calling.
Permian Toyota in Hobbs presents the Cash Blowout Contest on W105. This is the Cash Blowout Contest on W105.
Call now. Call now.
Fox News, I'm Therese Crowley.
Got the glasses, that's for sure.
And that's all you need for today's solar eclipse as thousands gather from Hot Springs National Park to Chicago's Adler Planetarium, Baxter State Park in Maine. The sun, the moon, and the earth align, and the earth will be followed by a moon shadow. Across 13 states, the path of totality begins 1:10 Central Time in Texas, where sadly the skies are cloudy. Up across Indianapolis into New York, exiting Maine. President Biden won't join the Eclipse Party, but plans to announce more student loan debt cancellation in Wisconsin. Former President Trump plans posting his abortion policy today. Whatever states decide is the law of the state.
Now it's up to the states to do the right thing. Like Ronald Reagan, I am strongly in favor of exceptions for rape, incest, and life of the mother.
America is listening to Fox News.
Thought you said we were going to do something fun.
This is fun.
Pizza and Netflix? Are you kidding me?
It's a good movie.
I'm done with you.
Are you tired of the same old routine? Life gets boring, doesn't it? Well, it's party time at Cal's Cactus Lanes, now under new management.
We're out with the old and in with the new.
It's time for some.
Oh, yeah.
Come check out the new and improved party place and bring the family for some cosmic bowling fun every Friday and Saturday. You want to throw a party?
I love parties.
Well, let the good times roll at Cal's Cactus Lanes. And when you're done rolling strikes, visit Cal's Shade Western for the best drinks this side of the Mississippi.
I thought we lived on the Pecos.
Cal's Cactus Lanes, now newly remodeled and under new management. You can even book your parties there. Call 575-887-1933 or go by 1611 South Canal Street in Carlsbad.
It's amazing.
Cal's Cactus Lanes is an equal opportunity employer. Apply within.
This is Davis Smith, the Guerrilla Lawyer, and I'm talking to you from my office on 3130 North Grimes in Hobbs, New Mexico. Our office has exploded with new clients. And do you know why? Fast settlements, fantastic customer service, and man, we love paying our clients money. If you get injured in a car wreck, you come see the Gorilla. Remember, if you get injured, you get the Gorilla.
Visit 3130 North Grimes or call 575-964-2720. That's 964-2720.
Honey, what are you doing? It's 4 a.m.
Well, I'm making a big breakfast for you and the kids. We got to get going this morning. It's a long drive to Midland Airport.
I booked our flights out of our airport here in Hobbs. It's in town, not in Texas.
Well, you want some toast?
Is that strawberry?
Organic boysenberry.
I'm going back to bed.
Love you.
Flying in and out of Hobbs gives you more time and less stress. So when it's time to fly, you gotta fly Hobbs.
Here's your chance to rip off the tax man. Now through April 15th, everything at the Working Guys store is tax-free. That's right, zip, zero, no tax on work boots, FR jeans and shirts, coolers and accessories, caps, western wear, scrubs, work gloves. The price you see is all you pay. We'll pay the tax. But hurry, tax-free ends April 15th at the Working Guys store. Open 7 days a week at 109 East Broadway.
The United Way of Eddy County's Cinco de Mayo Golf Tournament is coming soon. The tournament will be May 4th at Riverside Country Club. The three-person scramble is sponsored by M&J Services and many others. There will also be Pro Shop credit payouts per flight and meals courtesy of Kyvek Energy Services and Peñasco Services. Come celebrate Cinco de Mayo at the United Way's three-person fundraiser scramble. For more information, please call 575-628-0056. This ad paid for by the City of Carlsbad Lodgers Tax.
MTD Radio presents its Spring Job Fair Saturday, April 27th at the Lee County Event Center in Hobbs. Whether your business needs seasonal employees for the summer or permanent employees, whether you're looking for part-time staff or full-time staff, this is an opportunity to get face-to-face with potential employees. If your business would like a booth at this event, call or text Gloria Estrada at 575-390-3569. Again, that's 575-390-3569.
The Hobbs Downtown Slam and Jam Tournament is back. This 3-on-3 tournament at 200 East Broadway in downtown Hobbs takes place April 20th and 21st. Enjoy mouthwatering treats from food trucks, check out vendor booths, and jump into a variety of family-friendly activities throughout the day. Ready to hit the courts? Register now at Macker.com and secure your spot in the Ultimate Basketball Showdown. Be sure to check out our social media channels for the latest news and updates as we advance to the tournament. Register now at Macker.com and don't miss out on the excitement of the Hobbs Downtown Slam and Jam Tournament, April 20th and 21st.
Hi, I'm Laura Boyd of Rio Grace Landscaping in Lovington, and we are celebrating our first year of being open at 4 Crockett Road, just north of Lovington on the Tatum Highway. You can find fruit, shade, and flowering trees. Hydrangea, roses, grasses, boxwood, lavender, and much more are filling the garden center weekly. Rock, boulders, planter pots, and now top and garden soil plus organic compost. Open 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Saturday and on Sunday by appointment. Call us today at 575 396-7464. Rio Grace Landscaping, your ultimate service garden center and landscape professionals.
Artesia, it's back. Red Zone 2024 is coming Saturday, April 13th to the Bulldog Pit, featuring a night with 2024 Rookie of the Year and two-time Heisman Trophy finalist C.J. Stroud. Doors open at 6 p.m. Event begins at 7. Tickets are free of charge, but you must have one to enter. Free tickets can be picked up beforehand at the Artesia Chamber of Commerce. Red Zone 2024 featuring C.J. Stroud is a presentation of myashley.org, a local charity with the focus of combating the epidemic of drunk driving after the Richards daughter, Ashley Richards, tragically lost her life in 2009 to a drunk driver. Show your support and see C.J. Stroud in Artesia at the Bulldog Pit, Saturday, April 13th at 7 p.m. For free tickets and more information about Red Zone 2024, please contact the Artesia Chamber of Commerce.
I want to wake America up.
Be in the Breakfast Club, broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain Gods studio. Text line at 877-396-W105. Powered by Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer. Question of the day brought to you by Lovington Auto Supply, your Napa dealer.
I got to keep wearing it, but don't tell them I didn't have it on when I walked in.
So don't delay, act now. Supplies are running out. It's last is for sale, but you can't wait for the mail. If you get the right kind, it won't make you blind. But if there's none, you better not be staring at the sun. Better not be staring at the sun.
From the expert when it comes to eclipses, Tom A., please do not stare at the sun directly.
But you know, if you get some paper towels and you take a tube and then you go and you get yourself a piece of paper.
Yeah, that thing. You know that thing I'm talking about. The whatever the hell that roll, the tube, and then you put a piece of paper towel, and then, yeah, that'll work.
Just,
all right, 60.
Just a piece of paper is all you need, or you can take a shoebox and poke a hole in one end and use the other end as the screen. Or if you're in an area where leaves are out on trees right now, you could watch the reflection of the leaves because they do the same thing.
Wow.
Like as the sun shines through the leaf on the tree, like the whole tree canopy, they'll give you multiple impressions of what's going on with the eclipse.
That's awesome. California Sheriff blasting Gavin Newsom for failed leadership on crime and said he's had enough. He said, and he also said, you want to know why we've had a surge in crime? He said, look to Gavin Newsom, especially Prop 47. So Prop 47 was, I've slept since then, but Prop 47 wasn't that it was supposed to be, it was supposed to be 3 strikes you're out, but then they never did the 3 strikes, right?
California, yeah, it's the the ballot title for criminal sentences. Looking up. Also
I see what he's talking about.
Safe Neighborhoods and Schools Act and all that.
So they reclassified felonies, is what the sheriff's saying, and included retail and property theft as misdemeanors.
Yes.
So under Proposition 47, petty theft up to $950 is classified as a misdemeanor.
Shoplifting, grand theft, receiving stolen property, forgery, fraud, writing a bad check.
Cocaine.
Yeah, and personal use of most illegal drugs. Yeah.
Yeah, cocaine. So the sheriff goes on to talk about, you want to know why everything is out of hand? He said, just look to Gavin Newsom. Now, what was Gavin Newsom's job before he became governor? Was he
remember.
Attorney General?
I don't remember, honestly.
I think he was the Attorney General. I could be off. All right, still to come, Boob of the Day is on the way. Tom's itching to go. Tom in the text, 877-396-W105.
All right, on the eclipse, this texter says the peak will be about 12:32 in Hobbs today.
Yeah, like I said, little afternoon.
Yeah, a little afternoon or so.
In the lunch hour.
Just take a guess. See if it looks dark, it's there. No.
Take a guess.
Tom, if you're trying to prepare for it, you can't just say, "Oh, well, let's just wait till it happens to prepare for it." That's not the way the real world works. I know that's how.
Well,
I know
that's
how
the way
your
he's
world
prepared
works.
for his retirement. Just
Right. So,
I mean, when it
so
happens,
it begins in North America at 2:07 p.m. Eastern time. Okay, so that's when it begins in North America, and it will end at about 3:46 p.m. Eastern time.
About an hour,
like across North America. That's more than an hour, Tom.
No.
So adjust accordingly. Both of those times are in the Eastern time zone. So if you're in Texas, you're in Central, and if you're in New Mexico, you're in Mountain, and so adjust accordingly.
There you go, Tom. Or just be ready. I mean, just wait for it to get dark.
Yeah.
Either way. All right, boob of the day coming up in just a second.
Yeah,
looks
look at
like
that as a win, Kevin, because earlier he said we're not going to see anything.
Yeah,
and at
yeah,
least we got
yeah,
him now
yeah.
saying it's going to get dark.
Yeah. FAA is probing a near miss Southwest jet at LaGuardia Air Traffic Control Tower. Plane came very close to the tower. Passengers on board the jet were said that a chatty moron in the next seat actually stopped talking for just 1 second and went, "Holy crap. What the heck was that? That was the tower." Wow. Southwest. Yeah. What was their weekend getaway? It was like $89 one way, get wherever you want. I can't think of where you got to get away with.
Bing,
yeah.
bing.
What was that?
What was that?
That's their trademark. Bing.
Don't think so.
Okay.
Don't think so. But God bless
That's
you.
the sound in his head, Kevin, whenever he has an idea.
Yeah, ding, ding. Brutal weekend, New York City. Last week, 800 dancers auditioned to become the Rockettes, members of the famous Radio City Rockettes. And there were only 14 openings. Wow. 800 tryouts and only 14 positions, openings
cool.
for, yeah. So if you get in, you're pretty good.
Yeah.
And 99-cent only stores decided to shut down and started doing a closing sale at 371 locations on Friday. Of course, we don't have those guys around here. Yeah, Joe Biden is slowly but surely killing Dollar Tree, for sure. So if they would name a prison after Donald Trump, would that be a slap in the face?
No, it's is it like a federal or a local? What? I mean, that
Yeah,
makes a
so
difference.
House Democrats, yeah, they didn't really need an incentive, but they're trying to name the South Florida prison after Donald Trump.
Well, if it's a federal prison, I think that's okay because he was a president. I mean,
yeah, it is a Miami Federal Correctional Institution.
I'm okay with that.
I would be okay with that.
Yeah.
Put his name on anything.
Yeah.
What about the Donald J. Trump International Airport? That way you would have to use it all the time.
Right.
And every time you walk in there, you'd be going Donald Trump Airport.
And then all your baggage tags would say DJT.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, yeah, but I mean, name the prison after him. They're trying to slap him, and because he's going to prison himself. That's what they're.
Well,
trying to
if
say.
he went to that prison, if you were Donald Trump in the Donald Trump prison, doesn't that make you the warden?
Yeah.
Right.
By the way, Donald Trump will never go to a
He
prison
ain't
like
gonna do
that
the
because
damn
if he
job,
does, it will be a white collar crime. First of all, he's not going to prison.
No.
Blackish star Jennifer Lewis had a Trump meltdown. Did you see the story? She went off. She was on Sirius XM's morning show, and she said, called him Hitler, said he will have us all in camps. Now, let me just ask this much.
Okay.
Did Donald Trump have anybody in camps?
Nope.
Concentration camps?
Nope.
So she went on to say that black people, he would put black people in camps.
It's just another lie. If you want to compare Nazi beliefs and a political party, there is a political party that lines up very well.
Democrat.
Yeah.
Democrat. Okay, you want to go over that? Do you have that near you?
Let me see real quick.
You sent it to me, so I could probably pull it up. Blake. Because there is a comparison between the Democratic Party and the Nazis.
Mm-hmm.
So, Nazis, socialism. Democrats, Blake?
Socialism.
Oh, Nazis, no guns. Democratic Party?
No guns.
Oh, media mind control. Nazis?
Same for the Democrats.
Yeah, same for the Democrat. Nazis, when it comes to abortion.
Love abortion.
Yeah. So, Democrats?
Love abortion.
Love abortions. Nazis hate Jews.
Oh, now
Democrats?
Here's where they're only slightly different because the Democrats hate Jews and white people.
Oh, see, there you go. And the Nazis, their stance, you were supposed to worship the government.
Same stance as the Democratic Party. And
Democrat.
What goes along with that as well? Censorship for both of them.
Oh, wow. Censorship. Yes. But thank you, Jennifer Lewis. He's going to lock us up. You know, I always have to revert back to Trump's first term in office. Did he do it in his first term? He's probably not going to do it in his second term. Crazy. Odessa man pled guilty to cyber stalking in multiple states. Hugo Cardinata Jr. pled guilty to 3 counts of cyber stalking at the El Paso federal court. So the court documents say that he used 2 factors of authentication to gain access to women's Snapchat accounts and stole their photos and videos and all kind of other stuff. During sentencing, he apologized to all his victims. By the way, he was arrested by the FBI and Homeland Security. There are at least 15 victims in El Paso, Colorado, and Arizona. Tom and the text, we're going to do the boob of the day coming up next, 8:27. We're beyond the breakfast club.
Why don't you name that prison after Trump and stick the Bidens in there, says this one text. And the Dems, they had kids in cages, if you remember.
They sure did.
Mm-hmm.
Obama on the border.
Did. Yeah,
on the
sure
border,
did.
border crossing children he put in cages.
And you could also take your cap off, guys, and look through the little breather hose from your cap if you want to look at the eclipse today.
Sure can.
And guys, that'll work.
When in the heck are the liberals going to wake up from their denial of the reasons that they are in the situation they live in? I mean, they completely surround themselves with turds and then look around for someone else to blame for the stench. A prime example is Chicago suing Glock
there are
for
many
its crime.
examples.
Yeah.
Baltimore, Chicago, Albuquerque. I mean, there's lots of them.
Well, look, here's the thing. They're never going to wake up because liberalism is a mental disorder.
Yep.
Yeah, I said
You're
it.
right about that. Yep. All right, we're going to talk about the border agents in New Mexico. Pretty much concede that a certain mountain in New Mexico is cartel controlled now. We've just given up American land. I'm going to get to that from the Penyon Post. You can go check the story out. One more thing that Biden has totally screwed up. I don't know if anybody has seen this. Subway. Remember back in the day they had the $5 footlongs?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do you remember that? $5 footlong.
Mm-hmm.
Under Bidenomics, we now get 6 inches for $6.
Well, the other day, I think I was telling you, we went to Firehouse Subs and my wife and I split a large sandwich, and it was $14.
$14
Oh, yeah.
for a sandwich?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So
and that's with no drink, no chips, no nothing. That's just the sandwich.
Yep. No, I mean, Bidenomics has killed everything. And I'm not blaming the restaurants because
not
the
at
restaurants are just trying to survive.
Same business,
Right. It's because the cost of everything that they use have gone up so much.
Well, and the cost
Including
of
the
employees has also gone up.
Well, including their packaging and stuff. You know, what they used to, like a sleeve of cups or a 500
Right.
count of cups or whatever. And I'm just throwing some random figures out here. Say it was $5 for a sleeve of cups before. Well, now that same sleeve of cups costs the restaurant $12. So,
Yeah.
of course, they're going to go up.
Yeah, everything's got to go up. All right, we're going to talk about the border agents conceding New Mexico Mountain. We'll get to that. Blake, you read that story, so we'll talk about that coming up next. But let's do the boob of the day, being brought to you by Desert Functional Medicine and Aesthetics, medical professionals on staff. Let them do the deep dive into your blood work to find out what is going on with you. If you're living in pain, they offer stem cell therapy, ozone therapy, and also they offer the cryotherapy chamber. Hormonal optimization, they got you covered with that. Testosterone replacement therapy and more. 3900 North Lovington Highway in Hobbs. Check them out today. It's Desert Functional Medicine and Aesthetics, online at thedesertfma.com. Also on Facebook. Proud sponsor of the Boob of the Day.
So a thief stole money from a baseball team's swear jar. And then when asked to comment, several of the players added money back into that jar.
Okay.
The 34-year-old man from Pennsylvania named Kylie Good was just arrested for stealing from the Lancaster Stormers back in 2021. The Stormers, also known as the Barnstormers, play at Clipper Magazine Stadium in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. And they reported multiple items missing, including a digital projector, an Alexa smart speaker, the team manager's Bluetooth speaker, and around $200 from the team's swear jar. The thief also snagged items from CFO's credit card and attempted to make multiple charges, but all of them were declined except for a $26 cab ride. Now, it wasn't hard to pin it on Good. He worked for the team at the time, and there is security footage of him taking all the stuff. He was originally charged in 2022, but he's apparently spent the last 2 years on the lam and was finally arrested last week in New York, where he's, quote, being extradited to Lancaster. And I'm sure that the team will continue to put more money in the swear jar as people ask them for comments. And for doing all that and stealing from the minor league ball team, you are the boob of the day.
Boob of the Day being brought to you by Desert Functional Medicine and Aesthetics. Check them out today. All right, we're going to take a break in just a second. Couple more stories. Border Patrol agents pretty much concede the New Mexico mountain. And this story was on Fox News, and the reporter Mac Fenn showed illegal immigrants pretty much taking over that mountain in Sunland Park, New Mexico, while the border agents apparently don't defend the mountain and calling the mountain the cartels now.
Yeah, they say it's not ours anymore, it's theirs.
Yeah, we have given up land in the United States of America to a foreign country.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Wow.
And for those that are wondering which mountain it is, down in Sunland Park, it's Mount Cristo Rey. So where they got that sculpture of Christ,
right?
It's that mountain.
So we have just given it up and said it's the cartels now. Mm-hmm. It's theirs. That according to the Border Patrol.
Yep.
And the Border Patrol's job is supposed to protect the border.
Mm-hmm.
Now they aren't the military,
right?
But
yeah, they protect the border, but they can't stop an invasion. You know, that's what you need a military for.
Yes. Wow.
And the cartel has come through, and you know that statue. I think it's like 30 feet tall ish.
It's big.
Of
Yeah,
Jesus.
it's tall.
They've done like over $20,000 in damage to the area, and there's a lot of people that make pilgrimages there.
Yeah, 29-foot tall statue.
Yeah,
erected back in 1940.
Mm-hmm.
And we have just said it's not ours anymore. How now are we going to give up Las Cruces soon?
Maybe
the whole city.
Maybe. And El Paso.
Mm-hmm.
No, let's give up. Just give up El Paso. It's not ours. It's cartels now.
Well, there may be a lot of truth to that statement, actually. Have you been to El Paso recently?
Well, I have, but yeah, kind of crazy. I missed this story last week, but New Mexico Department of Transportation safety leaders had a interesting conversation with Martin Heinrich and Pete Buttigieg. Secretary Pete.
Yeah, they were in town for a photo op.
Yeah. And by the way, Pete, what's going on in Baltimore? Why we're paying for that bridge? Shouldn't they have insurance? I'm just saying.
Yes.
Fox News contributor Guy Benson talking about John Fetterman. John Fetterman talked about squatters, and John Fetterman is quoted in the New York Post as saying, "Squatters have no rights. How can we even pretend that this is, that they have rights? They're just breaking the law." By God, John Fetterman is making more sense nowadays.
Well, he went for mental treatments.
He sure did.
And apparently some of it worked.
Yes.
Again, liberalism is a mental disorder.
Yeah. Yep. Logan Paul signed that someday might fight in the UFC. Signed a contract with Dana White.
Crazy, man.
Well, I mean, WWE and UFC are all one partnership now.
Well, he did win the championship over the weekend.
Whoa. So are we
WrestleMania.
talking about a real fight, Tom, or are we talking about WWE?
WWE.
Oh, okay. Charles Barkley makes his opinion on the border known, and he made it pretty clear. Former Hall of Famer, got his own show on CNN now, and said that the whole thing is a joke. Well, it's not a joke, because it's pretty bad, Charles. He said it's a disaster, he went on to say. He said, first of all, the border's a joke. The border is a joke. And these migrants being bussed to New York, they have them on camera kicking and beating cops. They beat up 2 cops. They were out of jail in 24 hours.
My goodness.
Actually, Charles, it was the same day they were out. 2 days later, they were caught robbing a Macy's. So Charles Barkley, even though he wants to, throat punch anybody that likes Donald Trump, he also said we need law and order. And he's not fans of Biden either.
No.
So he's not fans of any of these guys. And marijuana clemency. Tom, are you okay with purging all convictions when it comes to misdemeanor marijuana convictions in the United States? I don't know what that means.
It means
Can we
got-
have an intelligent conversation?
That means no.
Have you put any thought into this?
Yeah, no.
So you think people that were found guilty of, having a joint, and they're in jail when now it's legal to have a joint, they should stay in jail?
Well, it's not legal everywhere.
If, say, New Mexico, you think they should stay in jail while other people can go smoke a joint?
Well, they're breaking the law, dude. You can't be breaking the law if it's a law.
You didn't answer my question.
I did.
You can't be breaking the law if it's a law, dude.
Are you smoking a joint?
Do the crime, do the time, man. It ain't that though. That's the slogan back then.
Tom.
So is this the same guy that hit a damn dumpster on the side of the road?
Yes.
And
so what you're saying, Tom, is if it was illegal back in the day for you to run into that dumpster and you got put in jail, and then 2 weeks later they decided it wasn't illegal.
Here we
No,
go. The
it's
damn
not.
apples and oranges
No,
already.
I'm just giving you the same kind of
It's a
scenario.
question.
So then they decide 2 weeks later it's not illegal for you to hit a dumpster. Should you stay in jail?
Apples and oranges, so I'm saying.
Should you stay in jail?
Apples and oranges.
It's not for any normal thinking person.
No. So in Massachusetts, marijuana clemency, which applies to misdemeanor convictions. It is the first of its kind in the United States. Massachusetts approved pot pardon policy for anybody that was in jail.
And I agree with that. If you're going to pass a law that says that those misdemeanors are now the law of the land, that they're okay, then anyone who was convicted of those before and they were misdemeanors, now I'm not talking trafficking or felonies,
right?
Then I think those people should be let out.
I would go along with that. All right, still to come, good news of the day is on the way. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Zia Guns, 1907 North Main in Roswell. Over 1,000 guns in stock, handguns, rifles, shotguns. Trade in your old gun to get a better gun. And ladies, if you've been thinking about getting yourself a gun, get in there. They have, of course, guns, but they also have non-lethal personal protection. Zia Guns, 1907 North Main in Roswell, closed Saturday, always open on Sunday. Some of the stories we're coming back for. Man accused of killing a witness in a 2015 homicide. We'll tell you he could be tied to killing another man over the weekend. Gallup firefighter put on administrative leave. I'll tell you what he did. Southwest Airlines flight made a emergency landing. Was it another door? Oh, no, it wasn't a door. It was just part of the engine. And body parts scattered across Milwaukee. We'll tell you about that. And courtroom chaos. Did you see the son burst into the courtroom and kill his dad's?
No, I did not see that.
His dad's killer. Crazy. We'll get to that. And in California, we talked about grade point averages. They've changed their grade point averages. So I'll dive down on that. A B is quite surprising. Wow. I was totally blown away. We'll get to that and more coming up next. Tom and the text quickly.
You know about the recent earthquakes. This texter says, yeah, they're from fracking, laugh out loud.
Yes.
Yeah, in New Jersey. Yeah.
And another text is, I hear that the eclipse is racist and that it is following Democrats to look at it without any device or restrictions, says the text on that one. And Tom, you're a dummy. Okay. And speaking of the border, guys, it's impossible for them to do almost anything when you have Joe Biden that will press federal charges in the 9-month federal investigation because he believes the Border Patrol is whipping the illegal alien migrant when in fact they were split rings. When in fact they were
reins.
Yeah, split reins.
Split reins.
He said rings, but okay, so reins. Did not apologize. So no, that's not. So no, that's called integrity, says the texter.
Dude, are you okay this morning?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Nah, he's falling asleep.
No, I'm not. And no, Tom, that stupid noise that you make is just, you're a dumb ass, says the texter. It's signature for Tom A. Been there for 16 years. I ain't going to change it. You know what I'm saying.
No, we don't, but that's okay.
But you just got to this show, so you're just getting used to it.
I listened to it long before I came here.
So what he's saying, Blake, is he can't change.
Tell him.
Everybody else has to change because of him. You know how you have to, like, accommodate certain things, like for transsexuals and that type of stuff? We need to accommodate for Tom A.
Thank you. John from
Tom and the Trannies. That could be a band.
John from Eunice says, this MS, how upside down the world is when Fetterman has more sense than Bernie Sanders, says John from Eunice this morning.
Well, he doesn't have as many houses as Bernie at this point. That's part of it. So Bernie has 3 beautiful houses. Right. So. All right, 15 minutes away from 9, taking a break. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Rig Outfitters and the Home Store, Broadmoor Mall, and Hobbs. They have a huge selection of FR jeans, coveralls, gloves, shirts, coats, everything you're looking for, along with furniture, appliances, and electronics. Talk to them about zero down financing. And next door is Scrub Outfitters. Huge selection of scrubs, Healing Hands, Mecateurs, Peaches, and Dickies. And looking for comfortable shoes and compression socks. They have a huge selection. Scrub Outfitters, Rig Outfitters in the Broadmoor Mall. 16 minutes away from 9. We're being the Breakfast Club on W105. Let's get you qualified for the cash. We're checkout news coming up next.
Call now. Thank you for calling. Permian Toyota in Hobbs presents the Cash Blowout Contest on W105. This is the Cash Blowout Contest on W105.
Call now. Call now.
News brought to you by Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington. Getting the job done right every time since 2004.
Proudly serving most phases of the oil field process, Stone Oilfield Services has a fleet of over 60 trucks and a workforce of over 100 employees. From water transport to kill and pack truck operations, flowback services and pit filling to the clean out of rigs and tanks, as well as oiling and acidizing, Stone Oilfield believes in getting the job done right every time. Their central motto, do what you say you can do. Call them today at 575-396-1840. That's 396-1840.
MTD Radio News, I'm Joe Miller. Eddy County vowed support for the Carlsbad Irrigation District's efforts to change a federal law that places more than half of cost on the district to replace the floodgates at Sumner Dam, which were only expected to last 50 years and are showing signs of aging. The cost to replace the gates estimated at $30 to $35 million. The dam's about 300 miles north of Carlsbad. Carlsbad Irrigation District officials asking the county for a letter that addresses the Bureau of Reclamation's Title Transfer Act of 2000. The CID wants Congress to amend the Title Transfer Act of 2000 with a provision that all current and future costs associated with floodgate replacement and maintenance done by the BOR. 1 mile stretch of Joe Harvey Boulevard from Grimes to Lovington Highway has been the epicenter of commercial development in Hobbs, but with less than a handful of spaces left, the prime real estate on Joe Harvey is almost gone, and soon there may be no room left. Roger Gray, a local real estate developer, says there are a few non-prime locations behind existing structures along Joe Harvey, but the last of the prime locations are about to be filled up. At the corner of Joe Harvey in Central is a former computer retail location that is currently being remodeled by Cassis Companies. Company president Nadeem Cassis says he has no contracts for tenants for that building he can announce at this time. J.F. Maddox Foundation, United Way of Lee County and Hobbs Municipal Schools will welcome the original author of the Pete the Cat series, Eric Litwin, as the featured performer at the Reading Under the Lights event, 5 to 8:30 on April 26 at Watson Memorial Stadium on the Hobbs High School campus. Reading Under the Lights is geared towards school-age children, encouraging them to foster a love of reading. The event will include individual reading stations featuring community members and vendors. Litwin will perform a concert featuring his original Pete the Cat read aloud stories and other selections. Students and families invited to sing along, move along, and dance along to the captivating musical stories. Litwin will also discuss how Pete the Cat and his other characters stay positive, loving, and resilient even as things get tough. That's what's happening. I'm Joe Miller, MTD Radio News.
I thought you said we were going to do something fun.
This is fun.
Pizza and Netflix? Are you kidding me?
It's a good movie.
I'm done with you.
Are you tired of the same old routine? Life gets boring, doesn't it? Well, it's party time at Cal's Cactus Lanes, now under new management.
We're out with the old and in with the new.
It's time for some.
Oh, yeah.
Come check out the new and improved party place and bring the family for some cosmic bowling fun every Friday and Saturday. You want to throw a party?
I love parties.
Well, let the good times roll at Cal's Cactus Lanes. And when you're done rolling strikes, visit Cal's Shade Western for the best drinks this side of the Mississippi.
I thought we lived on the Pecos.
Cal's Cactus Lanes, now newly remodeled and under new management. You can even book your parties there. Call 575-887-1933 or go by 1611 South Canal Street in Carlsbad.
It's amazing.
Cal's Cactus Lanes is an equal opportunity employer. Apply within.
There's been talk in the news that it's hard to get credit these days. Not here. Just like always, we're making auto loans. We offer competitive rates and quick service. We make our loan decisions locally, so you don't have to wait for out-of-town approval on your loan. Make this strong move. Get your auto loan from us. Estacado Federal Credit Union, where you are more than a number. You're a member. Federally insured by NCUA.
The United Way of Eddy County's Cinco de Mayo Golf Tournament is coming soon. The tournament will be May 4th at Riverside Country Club. The three-person scramble is sponsored by M&J Services and many others. There will also be Pro Shop credit payouts per flight and meals courtesy of Kyvek Energy Services and Peñasco Services. Come celebrate Cinco de Mayo at the United Way's three-person fundraiser scramble. For more information, please call 575-628-0056. This ad paid for by the City of Carlsbad Lodgers Tax.
MTD Radio presents its Spring Job Fair Saturday, April 27th at the Lee County Event Center in Hobbs. Whether your business needs seasonal employees for the summer or permanent employees, whether you're looking for part-time staff or full-time staff, this is an opportunity to get face-to-face with potential employees. If your business would like a booth at this event, call or text Gloria Estrada at 575-390-3569. Again, that's 575-390-3569.
Here's your chance to rip off the tax man. Now through April 15th, everything at the Working Guys store is tax-free. That's right, zip, zero, no tax on work boots, FR jeans and shirts, coolers and accessories, caps, western wear, scrubs, work gloves. The price you see is all you pay. We'll pay the tax. But hurry, tax-free ends April 15th at the Working Guys store. Open 7 days a week at 109 East Broadway.
You guys ready?
Be in the Breakfast Club, broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain Gods studio. Text line at 877-396-W105. Powered by Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer. Question of the day brought to you by Lovington Auto Supply, your Napa dealer.
And I want to make sure I get the quote exactly right.
You seem particularly triggered right now.
Roaches and big sewer rats. I'm scared walking out my door. Getting beat up with baseball bats. Now they're shaking on the city floor. Shake, shake, shaking the city floor.
Is it too early for it, Blake?
Shake, shake, shaking the city floor.
I know it was just Friday. New York was shaking.
Well, see, I thought New York was shaking.
Sidewalk.
Crazy.
I thought it was because Lizzo was in town and fell down.
Oh, you had to go there?
Well, you know.
Now, Tom, that's a woman that you ought to think about. Lizzo, right there.
Man, they're peas in a pod. I think they'd get along. Pretty good.
Never heard of
Man, you two could shut down a restaurant.
You were the Lizzo expert last week. What do you mean you never heard of her?
I've never heard of her. What did she do?
Moving on.
Yeah, we have to explain. All right, Golden Globes host Jared Carmichael calls Dave Chappelle an egomaniac and says his gay jokes still scare him. The gay jokes are scaring him. It's a joke, Jared. It's
comedy.
Nothing more. It's comedy. It's not supposed to scare you. It's comedy.
Right. It's supposed to be funny.
Yes.
Funny.
And there are things, if somebody does white people joke, I will laugh because most of the time it's true.
Well, and it's all based somewhere in reality, right? Like,
it is.
That's where jokes come from. It's making fun of something.
And Chappelle really doesn't say gay people jokes. It's transgender jokes that have people triggered. I mean, please get it right. And by the way, Dave Chappelle don't care. He sells out venues everywhere. He doesn't care. And by the way, I know Dave Chappelle. Well, not like Tom knows somebody, but when I'm saying I recognize his name, Jared Carmichael, I don't know who the hell you are.
I had to look it up.
He's a gay comic himself.
Yes.
So please don't do any gay jokes because it might trigger you.
Whoa, no, don't do any straight jokes. Let's do the opposite. Right? Like if you're a gay comedian, according to their logic,
Yes.
if you're a black gay comedian, you're not allowed to do white or straight jokes.
Right. Did you see the story? Chicago suburb wants $20 million to build a migrant shelter because
read the headline and kept
yeah,
going.
the mayor of Chicago is saying that Evanston should take in. It's everybody's responsibility to take in these migrants. Now, let me ask you a question, Tom. I'm asking you the question because I mean. Since when is it our job to take care of everybody? Since when is that our job? We have American citizens laying on the streets.
It isn't.
So why are we spending millions upon billions?
Because I guess we got money to spend.
That what?
I guess we have money to spend.
We ain't got no money. We're $34 trillion in debt.
Yeah, but if you look at all the gold in Fort Knox, how much does it really add up to?
Not as much
The
as
hell,
we're in debt.
so we should spend it on foreigners, right? We shouldn't spend it on citizens.
Yeah, we spend it on everything, B.
We shouldn't take care of our veterans. We're talking about increasing taxes, and we're talking about making you work longer to get your Social Security so we can take care of foreigners. Where does that make any sense?
So you vote for it, dude.
No, don't pin that on me, you damn liberal.
You're an independent now. Who you vote for?
I don't need somebody telling me who to vote for, Tom. I know you might.
He's an independent, but I can tell you he's going to vote for Trump.
Every day, all day.
So what's your point? I don't understand.
But here's a bigger question. Most of the stuff Trump stands for, you don't stand for.
I voted for the guy last time.
No. That's not the question. Most of the stuff that Trump stands for, you don't stand for.
Like what, for example?
Deportations.
I'm for deportation.
Ending anchor babies.
No, because it's not their fault that they're born here. As a matter of fact,
there you don't
so
agree
you don't
with him.
stand with Donald Trump.
Well, I don't stand with him on that issue. No.
Okay.
Well, neither do you. You don't stand with him on
Republican,
everything he stands for either.
But he's a Republican. So shouldn't you stand with him?
But is he going to be able to do anything when he gets into office? He's got 4 years.
And by the way, over the weekend, Donald Trump said, when it comes to abortions, that we should have a common sense approach. And if it's 15 weeks, it should be 15 weeks.
Well, and he also said that states should have the right to set what they believe.
They should have the right. United flight had to return to Germany over the weekend. Yeah, they had a toilet mishap, and there was feces leaking into the cabin. I mean, usually if you want feces in the cabin, it's usually Spirit Airlines.
And they will charge you for it.
Yeah, they will charge you for the feces. That's an extra charge. Unfortunately, despite the desperate wishes, the passengers and the crews, no door flew off the plane. Must have not been a Boeing plane.
No, you got the other story about that, right? That Southwest plane.
Southwest plane lost part of the wing.
Yeah, it was the engine cover.
I mean, look, these planes are falling apart. Have you ever been on a plane where you look out, you got a window seat, and you're looking out on the, you're looking at the wings, and you're going, is that duct tape? Seriously, is that duct tape?
And
holding the damn wing together?
It is. It's aeronautical duct tape.
By God. So the Southwest flight made an emergency landing in Denver after the engine part of the cover flew off.
Now,
on the Boeing 737.
To be fair,
Boeing.
About the duct tape thing, I think it would be held together if it was all duct tape. It would be better.
Yeah, maybe.
Because if you have 2 layers of duct tape, that's actually thicker than the aluminum skin on most wings.
Well, the crazy thing with this flight, it was headed to Houston when it had to land in Denver because the cover of the engine flew off and struck the wing flap. How important is the wing flap, Tom? Let's go to Tom.
Okay.
The
aeronautical expert.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Please, Tom.
Well, the wing flap stops the plane.
No.
It dang sure does. It dang sure does. When it's coming to land, the wing flap stops the plane.
Yes, you're exactly right. That's the only thing the wing flap does is stop the plane.
Help stop the plane. Sure
and
does.
the pigeon.
Yes. It has nothing to do with the steering of the plane.
Well, of course
nothing.
But, you know.
Zero.
That's when you're up in the air. But when you're down, coming down, you better know how to stop that plane.
You can't. No. You can't come down out of the air. You don't have wing flaps.
No,
until you're
wing
stopping.
flaps. Ellis Island Museum is going to get $100 million, long overdue makeover, and more than 100 years after 1 million migrants took their first steps onto American soil in Ellis Island. Now, Tom, tell us about Ellis Island. What kind of facility was that?
I don't know, because Cyclopedia over here is going to debate me on it.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, Mr. Immigration Attorney Expert here.
Go ahead, Blake. Go ahead. Explain
Tom A.
it.
Reese, the Immigration Expert. Go ahead, Tom.
Go ahead, Cyclopedia. Explain it. Hello, anybody home?
So that's where they actually vetted people coming across, and it's amazing because some of them were returned home. Some of the criteria back in the day.
Put them back on the boat.
They had to have a job waiting for them. That was number one. They had to have a job, and somebody had to sponsor them to get here. And part of the criteria, you couldn't be a burden on the American taxpayers. Imagine that.
You couldn't be about to give birth either for the women.
No, you couldn't. You couldn't be pregnant when you came over here. Wow, imagine the simple things. Totally different nowadays. Totally different. All right, we got good news of the day coming up in just a second on the way. We got a lot of stories still to get to. A lot of stories I'll get to. The body part story. That story kind of got me. But I'll get to that. And Tom, text line 877-396-W105.
All right, so this text says, so what are the conspiracy theories people are coming up with further the solar eclipse? I heard that people are going to be raptured, says this texter. No, that's not going to happen. And Tom, I want to hear you let loose on Blake. Let's hear you give it back to him.
Yes, let's hear it.
Go ahead.
I already did. And Tom, do airplanes have brakes, or does the wing flap stop the plane? Blake?
They asked you. You're the aeronautical expert.
Well, you're the encyclopedia. So go
No, I'm not. You can't even say encyclopedia right.
And B is the one going to be an independent because he doesn't agree with the Republicans. So why does he talk smack to Tom? Says one of the texters.
Why? Because I don't need somebody telling me who to vote for. I can make my own decisions. I can research and make my own decisions. I don't need anybody telling me how to vote.
And can you imagine Lizzo and Rizzo fighting over a bucket of chicken? It'd be like two bulls in a China store.
That was my biscuit.
Says the text. B?
All right, let me get to these two stories before we take a break. Courtroom chaos as a son bursts in and shoots his dad's killer. Man attending a murder trial for his father's killer in Brazil interrupted the court procedure and shot the suspect a half dozen times. And video of the attack captured on CCTV in the courtroom. Yeah, you would think there would be some type of metal detectors or something. Anyway, shot the guy with a .38 revolver.
Jack
Let
Ruby
me-
style right there.
Let me ask this much. .38 revolver.
Mhm.
How do you shoot the guy a dozen times? Tom, .38 revolver, how many bullets in the revolver?
7.
Yes, 7.
I don't know my
So
guns.
the dude had to reload.
Yeah.
Do I have that wrong? No.
No. But
he had to reload.
Maybe he had a speed reloader.
Maybe. Well, I mean, and it could be the guys are like, let him do it. I mean,
that
it's
was
only
my
saving
other
us.
thought.
He's only saving us some money. Go ahead and do what you got to do. Smoking cigarettes destroy your lung, but shocking new study reveals that vaping can harm your heart. The American College of Cardiology coming out talking about vaping, saying vaping can injure your heart. I've been thinking for a long time that neither one of them are really good for you.
No, because the only thing that the vaping doesn't really have is it doesn't really have like the trash part of the tobacco-based products.
Right.
You know,
Yes.
it still has all the other chemicals and whatever they want to add to it, to be honest.
Yep. All right, public school grading in California. This came out on Dr. Phil on Friday. So we were talking about the other day, you couldn't go to prom unless you had a 2.5.
Right.
Right? So they have changed the public grading scale in California. And this came from a California parent. And A is a 84 through 100. A B, 64 through 84. It's a B. C, 44 to 64. A D, 24 to 44. And an F is anything below 24.
You fail.
Tom, do you think you would fail in this type of grading system?
No.
You could actually be maybe a B honor roll student.
Probably an A, B. Why stop at B?
You would get an A?
Yeah.
What was the range for A?
84 to 100. Now, back in the day, it was 90 through 100 was an A, right?
Yes.
Right.
They were in all those 10 increments. So 90 to 100, 80 to 89, 70 to 79. Yeah. 60 to 69. Yeah.
So to get an F now, 24%. A D is 24% to 44% in California.
Huh.
And you still can't pass, kids? Wow. Crazy. All right, let's take a break, keep you updated with everything going on. Quick check of the weather being brought to you by Atlas Makeup Mirror, atlasmakeupmirror.com. Get in touch with Rebecca Long, 575-631-3189. atlasmakeupmirror.com. Also find her on Instagram and Facebook, ×1, ×5, ×10 magnification, LED lights. If you're going to use this as a travel mirror, it weighs less than 4 pounds, comes in a traveling case. Now, they also have the wall mount mirrors. Check it out at atlasmakeupmirror.com. You can buy right there from the website. You can also check out the cool videos, Atlas Makeup Mirror on Facebook and on Instagram. Sunny today, enjoy it, 79 for the high, and then a 40% chance of rain tonight, 80% chance of rain for tomorrow, and tomorrow night a 70% chance of rain. On Wednesday, a 20% chance of rain, and then 30-mile-an-hour winds. 5-day forecast, W105radio.com. Taking a break, keeping you updated with everything going on. News this morning being brought to you by Roadrunner Grill and Barbecue, 811 West Main in Artesia, serving up a awesome breakfast, also a delicious lunch. And from time to time, they roll out seafood buffets and all kind of other stuff. When it happens, I will let you know. 575-736-2573 to call in advance or stop in 811 West Main and Artesia, Roadrunner Grill, and Barbecue. We're going to check in with news. Good news of the day coming up next. W105.
Call now. Thank you for calling. Permian Toyota in Hobbs presents the Cash Blowout Contest on W105. This is the Cash Blowout Contest on W105.
Call now. Call now.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. Former President Trump revealing his abortion policy this morning, saying he would leave it to the states to create their own rules and regulations. At the same time, he called out Democrats.
It must be remembered that the Democrats are the radical ones on this position because they support abortion up to and even beyond the 9th month.
Mr. Trump, in a video posted on his Truth Social platform, Cleveland is one major city and the perfect spot for totality.
It's my understanding, when I've seen it before, we all get a little circumspect, a little more mellow. There's some emotion involved.
Now, man, in the city, famous venues like the Indianapolis Motor Speedway and the football stadium, the Cotton Bowl in Arlington, Texas, will be jammed with people watching the heavenly event. President Biden travels to Madison, Wisconsin today to pitch yet another attempt to wipe out billions of dollars in student loan debt. America is listening to Fox News.
MTD Radio presents its Spring Job Fair Saturday, April 27th at the Lee County Event Center in Hobbs. Whether your business needs seasonal employees for the summer or permanent employees, whether you're looking for part-time staff or full-time staff, this is an opportunity to get face-to-face with potential employees. If your business would like a booth at this event, call or text Gloria Estrada at 575-390-3569. Again, that's 575-390-3569.
You've imagined that perfect home, designed it in your mind. At Destiny Real Estate, it's dreams that we provide. We buy or sell residential ranches, lots and more. Call Rhonda Burns at Destiny and let her tell you more.
If you're looking to rent, please join our website at www.destinyluxuryrental.com. I've got everything from a little 2-bedroom all the way up to a 10,000 square foot home with an indoor swimming pool. Again, that's destinyluxuryrental.com. And I'm needing some more homes. If you wanted to make a little extra income, just give me a call. Rhonda Burns, 575-257-3000. At Destiny Real Estate, our business is built on dreams and imagination. Telephone 575-257-3000.
Call Rhonda Burns at Destiny and let her tell you more. Call Rhonda Burns at Destiny and let her tell you more.
Looking for oil field, industrial, and safety supplies? Go to America Supply. Need cleaning supplies? America Supply has that too. How about restaurant and food truck supplies? Are you beginning to see a trend here? America Supply carries everything from H2S and quad monitors, fire extinguishers and first aid kits, to safety glasses, vests, FR clothing, fall protection, and gloves of all types. They have your slings and whip checks, your lift straps and cam locks, your adapters, pipe fittings, and threaders. They have many name brands like Lockout, Tagout, Pelican, Milwaukee, Rigid, and so many more. Visit America Supply to find exactly what you're looking for and then some. 502 North Grimes and Hobbs under the Big American Eagle, or call 575-393-3383.
OMG, is that actually an egg frying on my hood?
No, I think it may be all those bugs stuck to your grill starting to cook. Ugh, hard to say. I can't see through the layers of desert dirt all over my windshield.
Wait, what is this? Am I pulling into a car wash? Oh, yeah!
We're gonna get so wet! Hey, we clean up nice.
Visit your local area Mighty Wash in West Texas, Hobbs, Carlsbad, and now open in Lovington, New Mexico. Be sure to ask about the Mighty Wash Unlimited plan, good at any Mighty Wash. Visit mymightywwash.com for pricing and locations.
Friday, April the 19th, the Castro Activity Center, home of Thunderbirds basketball on the New Mexico Junior College campus, with the first ever concert spectacular, Caldwell Entertainment, featuring the hits of the Eagles, the Doobie Brothers, Fleetwood Mac, and Whitney Houston. Then we switch gears for Fearless, the NMJC touring ensemble performing top 40 hits like Post Malone, Jelly Roll, a 90s throwback tribute, and much more. It's completely free to the public. It starts at 7 p.m. on Friday, April the 19th at the Castro Activity Center on NMJC campus.
It's
It's Cash Mania this April at Inn of the Mountain Gods. Play Saturdays with your Apache Spirit Club card to earn entries into the $72,000 Cash Mania drawing. You could win up to $5,000 cash. The $72,000 Cash Mania drawing. Saturdays in April. Only at Inn of the Mountain Gods. Must be 21 or older. Visit innofthemountaingods.com or see Apache Spirit Club booth for details.
Incidents of illegal dumping of household, commercial, and industrial waste are on the rise across southeastern New Mexico. Illegal dumps affect public health, safety, and the environment. Folks in both Lee and Eddy counties can call now and report illegal dumping to a hotline sponsored by the Southeast New Mexico Illegal Dumping Partnership and hosted by Lee County. The hotline number is 1-844-496-5509. Again, that's 1-844-496-5509. Report illegal dumping and be a part of the solution.
In the race for the state senate, we have a choice between two candidates, Steve McCutcheon, who was appointed by Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham, or Larry Scott, who has served as one of the most conservative members of the legislature, with a record of standing up to the governor and defending our oil and gas industry and our jobs. An overwhelming majority of our local Republican county commissioners voted for Larry Scott to fill the seat, but Governor Lujan Grisham had other plans. She knew that Larry Scott would not be her pawn, so she picked Steve McCutcheon. Why? Because Larry Scott has always stood in the way of her radically left-wing agenda. That's why in the upcoming election for state senate, you can send a message to Governor Lujan Grisham by voting for Larry Scott. Tell her that in southeast New Mexico, she doesn't get to pick our senators. We do. Paid for by the committee to elect Larry R. Scott.
Every morning.
Good morning.
The best, baby.
Be in the Breakfast Club, broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain Gods studio. Text line at 877-396-W105. Powered by Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer. Question of the day brought to you by Lovington Auto Supply, your Napa dealer.
A lot of you are tired. I get it.
America is about to experience a total solar eclipse. Here are some helpful viewing tips from the National Eclipse Research Department, otherwise known as NERD. Do. Wear protective glasses to shield your eyes from the sun. Don't. Climb or park on the edge of a high structure in order to get a better view. Do. Listen to music to enhance your experience. Don't. Share your eclipse playlist online. Total eclipse of the heart, dark side of the moon. We get it. You had some free time at work. Do. Take as many pictures as you'd like. Don't. Post them all on Instagram. Thousands of professional photographers will be chronicling the event. We'll do just fine without shots from your crappy cell phone camera.
Look at these pics I took on my flip phone. But they're actually...
Do. Have a wonderful time today. Don't. Expect to be here for the next one. The way the world is going, we may not be around much longer.
Amen. 17 after 9, be on the Breakfast Club. It's going to be an awesome day today. Rain in the forecast. Next couple days. Enjoy today while you can. Morning show being brought to you by Randall Pettigrew. RandallPettigrew.com for more information. Our buddy Randy Pettigrew is, of course, State Representative District 61. Get in touch with Randy on the website, RandallPettigrew.com. The guy that continues to fight for Southeast New Mexico, continues to fight for our way of life, protecting the oil and gas industry, protecting the unborn, and protecting our constitutional rights. Find out more information, RandallPettigrew.com. Give to his campaign at that same website, RandallPettigrew.com. Message paid for by Randy Pettigrew. 9:17, Tom A's in charge of the text. Good news on the way. We're going to get everything wrapped up. Tradio coming up at the bottom of the hour.
All right, Kevin, you just announced that when you shot him 6 times, there's not a dozen rounds in a .38 revolver. Says this one.
12 times.
Oh, you said 12 times. Okay. He thought you said 6 times.
Russ came in and he said you said half a dozen at the first.
No, did I?
Yeah. So that would be 6. And that would
6,
be the number of
but it
shots
was
in the
12.
revolver.
12.
Smokey in Arizona says, what
6.
the heck is this?
Wait, hold on a second.
Go ahead.
6 in the revolver.
Right.
12 if you're, yeah. Okay.
And Smokey in Arizona says, what the heck is the Supreme Court going to take action and do something about Joe Biden defying a court order of not forgiving student loans after they said it was unconstitutional, illegal to do this, says Smokey. He's going to do what he wants, man. What can you do? And from Cali,
he's going to do what he wants. What can you do?
Yeah, what can you do? He's going to do what he wants.
Oh, no. I mean, so if somebody's going to rob you, they can do what they want. They just do what they want.
Yeah, what can you do?
What can you do?
Okay.
He's going to ignore the Supreme Court, so he's doing it because he can, because he thinks he can.
Yeah, I mean, just what you going to do?
Hey, from Cali, I wonder if I can go back and change my grades from high school and maybe I can get into college now. Penn State sounds better than the State Penn, laugh out loud, says that one text.
If I'd have known that these grades, I could have got into Harvard.
Right.
You're the wrong color to get into Harvard.
And just,
well, I mean, that's what I was saying. There might be some diversity, equity, and inclusion for white guys now.
Just tell them you're trans.
Yeah, there you go.
You don't have to do anything. You just have to claim it.
My name is Pat.
Deborah's asking, isn't private gun ownership in Brazil illegal?
I don't know.
I think you're right.
Look,
I think
if somebody wants a gun, you're not going to keep a gun out of their hands.
No, but I think she's right. I think it is illegal in Brazil.
Oh, no, I don't know. And in other
Well,
words...
we know that.
Yeah. What'd you ask me for then?
We didn't.
Oh. And B, is the one going to be independent because he doesn't agree with the Republicans? So why does he talk smack to Tom?
You read that same text during the last
What, it came
break.
up again?
No, it didn't.
I didn't read that one. It was another one.
Dude, my blood pressure is like double digits on both
quit
sides.
it already.
My damn head is spinning, but I'm not going to read the same thing twice.
Oh, yeah, but you'll mess up the amount of bullets in a gun.
I know how many damn bullets, 6 in a revolver.
Well, you said dozen. So,
Tom, how many is a dozen?
12.
That's why I said he had to reload.
Oh. Hey, just dumbing down the people down to make them sheep for easier control and votes. Make them feel smart and important when they, in reality, just aren't, says this one text.
It gives a whole new meaning. Remember they used to have those bumper stickers? My kid's A+, A honor roll student.
One more text, B. Is there a tension between the Philippines and China? This text is asking.
Not really. Not really. Well, but I would think that they would be the second country behind Taiwan.
Yep. China's already said that's what they're going to do.
They want everything. China will not stop until they have America, too. Yeah. But see, it's easy to get America because they're just buying up all the land.
Well, then they buy up all the presidents, too.
There you go.
And their sons.
Yeah. Man accused of killing a witness in 2015 in a homicide. The Albuquerque Police Department say that a man shot and killed another man this weekend as retaliation for his testimony in court. Police released the details after a homicide early Saturday morning in Albuquerque. They say it is all connected to fallout from a 2015 killing in Albuquerque. So how many murders have we had in Roswell that are nothing more than retaliation? A lot of these murders that have happened in the last 3 weeks, I think a lot of those are associated with retaliation.
It's always been that way, B.
You kill me, I'll kill you.
Yeah, I'll kill your cousin or whatever else.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now we're going after the primo. Thank you. City officials stated that a Gallup firefighter was taken into custody after charges were filed by the New Mexico Department of Justice. The member was placed on administrative leave. In a press release, the city did not identify the firefighter. Also stated the actions of the individual do not reflect the actions of the city or the department. Why not release his name?
And why not even tell us the charges?
No charges, nothing. Why not? I mean, the whole idea of putting out a press release is to shame people.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. I ask that question all the time. Here in the Philippines, they post a mugshot, but they black out their face. And I'm like, that defeats the purpose. That defeats the purpose. Former NBA star Chandler Parsons. Never heard of Chandler Parsons. Weighing in on the South Carolina Gamecocks and their coach, Don Staley. Staley? Staley.
Yep.
And she thinks it's okay for transgender men to compete in women's athletics.
She's not going to have a job.
Oh, I bet she will. Why wouldn't she have a job, Tom?
Well, because she allows transgender men to come and play for her. I mean, can you imagine what the NCAA is going to say? No. Sorry. Ain't going to happen.
God bless you.
Tom's choking me up over here. I laugh so hard.
Yeah. You're dying on us. All right, 924, Tom on the text, 877-396-W105, Tradio on the way.
All right, this text saying if the firefighter was white, you'd know his name by now. And, whoa, it's weird. This text is saying, ain't a bird in the sky. I have looked out there. But that's what we're saying, not a bird in the sky. Because the eclipse is coming, right? Any conspiracy to that? No birds because of the
birds aren't real. There's your conspiracy. Birds aren't real.
Birds aren't real.
No.
The whole big Facebook group on that. Go check it out. It's funny.
Yeah, they're just dumping poop all over the place. It's not actually the bird.
And there you go, B.
Yeah, because he's not reading the other one.
God bless you. Thank you.
Let's talk about Milwaukee.
About who?
Milwaukee. Body parts.
Milwaukee.
Oh, the body parts.
Wisconsin.
Yeah, the body parts.
So the body parts story in Milwaukee. I got to find it. All right. So less than a week since they discovered a human leg inside Milwaukee area park. More human remains have been found across the neighborhood Friday and then Saturday. So body parts all over the place. Saturday, police were called out again. Guess what? More body parts.
Are they the same body? Or are they coming from multiple bodies?
I don't know. The area was secured. They roped it off. They say it was shocking. They have no idea what's going on. They said that neighborhood used to be peaceful. And there is a woman that's missing. And so 19-year-old Sadie Robinson is missing, went missing on April 1st. So God only knows. What kind of sick person chops people up? Well, I mean, what do you think you are? Like, MS-13 or what? Crazy story. So, Tom, would you call this a developing story?
It's the Times, dude.
It's the Times?
This Mama Bear said, the cartels do that.
That's some MS-13 stuff with the machetes. All right, let's get to the good news of the day, being brought to you by Farmers Insurance Agent Herschel Rustin Hayes, Avenue D in Lovington, 575-396-0513. Home, auto, life insurance, commercial insurance. Get in touch with Herschel Rustin Hayes today, proud sponsor of the good news of the day.
A former teacher and counselor in Virginia named Lillian Orlick passed away last month at the age of 95. And she left her school district $1 million.
Ooh.
Yeah. She worked there for 67 years, and she didn't retire until she was 89. So she had 6 years of retirement. A dog named Mishka wandered off in San Diego last month and just turned up more than 2,000 miles away in Detroit. Her owners flew there to pick her up. They say they put up over 1,000 flyers with no luck, but they never lost hope, and they finally got her back. Someone in Virginia Beach recently tipped their Lyft driver with cash. which is unusual nowadays. They gave him $5, but it turned into a lot more. He stopped for gas, bought a $5 lottery ticket, and won $150,000.
Whoa.
That's pretty lucky. And that is your good news of the day.
Good news of the day being brought to you by Herschel Rustin Hayes. Check him out today. Let's get updated with the weather being brought to you by WWRV. 3 RV parks in Carlsbad. Quiet place to lay your head for you working folks. 162 RV hookups in Carlsbad, all coming with 30 and 50 amps. All utilities included in one low price, and that includes high-speed internet. They're pet-friendly, very well lit up. Find out more information. Call them at 988-0392 or WWRV3.com. Sunny today, 79. Looks like chance of rain coming up tomorrow, tonight. 40% chance of rain tonight. 80% chance of rain coming up on Tuesday. Even some rain and wind on Wednesday. Latter part of the week looking so much better. We're going to take a break, come back with Tradio. News this morning being brought to you by our buddy Enrique Rocha, Rocha Air Conditioning and Heating. 575-631-1999. Call him today. He can take care of your air conditioners and your heaters. If you've discovered that the AC is not working really great, you might need it to be repaired. Or maybe you need a brand new system. He offers financing for all new systems. Get in touch with him. 575-631-1999, Rocha Air Conditioning and Heating. 9:30, Tradio's up next on W105.
News brought to you by Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington. Getting the job done right every time since 2004.